Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode with your favorite ladies from Petty Party Podcast. It's just Nick checking in.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Colette coming out the set. What's good, everybody?
Hi guys, it is your girl Jori.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Michelle, aka each of the finesse.
Jory, you got a little rasp in your voice. How was your weekend?
Girl.
You sounded like you had a good time.
Why would you call her out like that? You said fuck it, my introduction.
Yeah. I went out 2 weekends in a row. I don't know who I've become, but yeah. But I had a
or who you're becoming, you know?
No facts. I'm becoming.
No, yeah, I had a blast. Like, I'm not drinking no more, so please don't ask me to go anywhere that requires me to drink. Or if I'm gonna have to be there, please provide a vibe so I don't need to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That part.
I
don't provide the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You can invite me places to drink, but don't
Yeah.
invite me places I need to spend money. Because I really need to save.
True.
At this point, I've just been
Yeah.
spending. Literally, like, it's since the new year. Just everything.
Yeah,
I just want vibes, pure vibes.
exactly.
If you're
you know-
providing it, I'll be there. I actually had a good weekend too. My voice is gone. Y'all know, listeners, you already know. If my voice sounds like this, you already know what I did and went overboard. But so excuse my voice today. But yeah, this weekend was fun. We celebrated one of our friends' 30th birthday celebration. It was pretty lit. Nice little Dallas reunion. Shout out to everybody that went. What's
Mhm.
good?
I love a good party. I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Me too.
like a party, like house party, those type of vibes
Yeah.
definitely trump the club any
Yeah,
day.
everyone
sure.
looking cute too. I like that.
It's crazy because it's like after the fact, I'd be like, damn, I wish I soaked in more, but I was just
Oh,
having too
yeah.
much
I
fun where I'm
know.
like, damn, the next day, like I could have did a little bit more. Like,
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Picture?
I didn't get a
Girl.
good picture. or
I have
nothing
pictures
like
of you.
The ones in the bathroom.
Yeah. But there's some good ones in there though.
Okay, maybe.
that. Well, look, I didn't even get a bathroom picture.
we
because
took
I
a
was,
picture with a photographer though of us as a group. Hopefully it was good. I was
Ooh,
drunk.
Was I in this picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took
All
we
of us
did.
were, but I don't know how we look. I
I know.
can't attest.
I think it was great.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
That
'Cause
should
me
tell
and him were
y'all.
like, I was coaching him. Yeah. Shout out
And
to the
then-
photographer.
And then it's crazy because I realized like the importance of an open bar. I feel like an open bar just sets a party apart from everything else.
Dang, that's how you know like we're actually growing up. Because now I'm just like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's just
The
norm.
standard?
That's the
It's
norm.
no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not now getting older. It's always been the standard growing up. Open bar. If there's not an open bar, you have unhappy guests.
Yeah. No, but I do
And
remember
as
I
soon as
went.
the liquor runs out,
I did go somewhere where it was like they used to do open bar from like this time to this
Yeah,
time.
like
and after
2
that, it turns
hours.
into cash.
Exactly.
I do remember that at one point, but
mm-mm.
even then, I don't even mind that because at least like you know,
I don't know. I just feel like
I went to a wedding like that before. Where
Yeah,
it was only open bar for a certain amount of time, and then they charge people. For
a lot of
everything,
weddings do that
so.
because they just like they gotta get their money.
Mhm.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, sometimes the open bars you just start
yeah.
like
Oh, you get loose.
You get greedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
after a
What?
while, it's like the vibe is at the bar. Everyone's there. It's like, well, fuck you. Let me take a shot.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, why am I taking a shot?
I
No,
like literally cut the line so many times and got shots for a lot of people. Did participate in multiple rounds, y'all, and it was lit.
I woke up Sunday and I had all these notifications from Venmo from tipping the bartender talking about thank you. I was like, how many times did I go to this bar and tip you? At this point, I could have bought a bottle. Like,
That's
but thank you for
funny.
appreciating and liking my tips. But
Yeah.
damn,
Oh, she was like, oh,
she was
wow.
she went back and like was liking them.
always
I
do,
was
She
just
yeah.
did.
like,
She did
wow.
like
Like
it.
a thank
Really?
you.
That
Wow.
was nice. I feel like that kind of sets the tone. Like,
Wow.
who was your bartender? That's good customer service.
Now that I think about it, in the past, these other bartenders, I didn't know y'all got these notifications. so y'all
Yeah,
just
Cash App,
ignored-
you're allowed to heart.
Yeah,
what
you heart
get.
it.
yeah.
And I always get like heart, like a thank you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Never
they're
happened.
ungrateful.
Yeah, I know it's so crazy. So today, why did I get a phone call of someone trying to hack my WhatsApp?
Oh, y'all.
Of all things.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom's WhatsApp actually got hacked a couple weeks ago, and yes, like they were actually asking for. They hit up everyone that like basically in her phone that had the last name Agu and was asking for.
Money.
Sorry, guys. Oh, I know y'all know my last name, but they're asking for money, and then finally they just took over her account. And so I remember my aunt. She was like, she had called me, and I missed her call, and she left a long, detailed voicemail talking about Paulette. Someone has hacked your mom's account. They're asking for money. Please call me now. And I'm like, okay, cool. I called her. Y'all, they texted me too. And then I was like, hey, give me a call real quick. The check stopped. It stopped like
So,
giving double checks.
The person
They
was
caught on.
So the person basically was like, "Oh, hey, we need you to join a meeting,"
Nope.
and I was like, I almost low key thought it was like for work. Yeah.
On WhatsApp?
No, it wasn't on
Red
WhatsApp.
flag.
No, it wasn't on
Okay.
WhatsApp. So basically they were saying like, hey, I'm about to send you a link and then it's gonna have a number on it. And so like just whenever you get the number, like just read me the number back.
No, that's how my Lyft account got. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
girl.
So
No,
I
that's-
immediately like hung up and I was like, okay, yeah. Well, I didn't hang up. I was like, okay, I'll give you a call back when I actually get the link. And he was like, oh, no, just stay on the phone with me until you get it. And I was like, oh, no, I have someone else calling. I'll call you back. And I just hung up. And then I immediately called someone like who's in like network security or whatever. And I was like, hey, this person was trying to do this. Like, were they trying to hack me? He was like, absolutely.
You needed to. Wow.
I'm
Anyone
trying
that's
to
telling you to read off a
absolutely.
number, red flag. But
Right.
I have a question for y'all.
Mhm.
So do y'all like to dirty talk during sex? Like
You
what
know-
kind of dirty talk? Not like, you know.
I really, really used to like that. But I feel like that's not becoming like the standard anymore. I feel like a lot of men,
Silence?
I feel like a lot of men are kind of silent.
No. You need to wake it
And-
up.
I want like action, but then at the same time, I don't want to be called like a black bitch or nothing like something
No, like
crazy.
talking
Like,
dirty
I
is
don't-
like
No.
okay,
Whoa.
not someone calling out your name. Like
Wait a
even though there's
minute.
levels to talking dirty. 'Cause
There
some
are.
people say, yeah,
Wait a
bitch, like
minute.
No,
Yeah.
people,
cool, but
Mhm.
people kind of
That's
get a
not
little out of
cute.
hand sometimes. Like they'll be
Yeah.
like, next thing you know, like you're getting slapped across the face, and it's just like, whoa, like
No.
is this like
Where
Okay.
did black
Is
bitch
this-
come from?
No,
is this like abuse
no,
or is this
yeah,
sex?
yeah.
I love a
Okay.
little choke out, so
You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
in my
Not
past life. But yeah, you know, a little something crazy, like, you know, go ahead and yeah.
What?
Patreon. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys. This is 2X rated for y'all. But moving on to better things, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the motto, which stands for a mind of the other, since I already knew it was coming. And this one is titled "Am I in the Wrong Here?"
Okay.
Yeah, that was shade to Paulette, guys.
Oh my God.
She said, met this guy 2 weeks ago at an event. He rang me the next day. We spoke on the phone and had a nice conversation. 3 days after, he asked me why I didn't call him the day before and went on a whole day without speaking to him. Isn't the man who was supposed to pursue early on? Then last week, I had to go see my family at short notice, and we were supposed to meet the next day. I suggested him on the phone earlier that this may end up being the case. I sent him a text that day before to cancel, saying I'm going to see my family and we would have to reschedule, and he was annoyed that I texted him instead of calling. A few days ago, he asked me why I didn't call him back after he hadn't spoken 2 days before. He said, I don't like it when you don't listen to me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. This close to calling you a black bitch.
I've also found that sometimes when we talk, the conversation ends up turning into this new generation of women. Men these days don't want to commit or get married because. Today, he was bringing up statistics about how many women file for divorce and how a man will be
Alright.
the one shortchanged by it.
All right,
He
Mr.
told
Tate.
me, he told me a story about how a woman cheated on her husband, how she got to keep the house, how it wasn't fair. Earlier on today, he was asking me why I didn't call him. I told him I was spending the day with my brother and did not feel very well. He told me that I should have let him know that I wasn't feeling well and that I need to communicate these things to him. Can you please tell me honestly what I've been doing wrong here, and I will work to improve.
No, girl, wait, no. She said
Wait.
that to him?
No, she's asking
Asking us. Okay.
Can you please tell me honestly what I've been doing wrong here, and I will work to improve.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. You have been doing everything well. Like from the first time your communication was off, you've been like, you know, progressing. Yeah, granted, you kind of feel more comfortable texting him at times, but like I feel like you've been communicating very well. I know some people, if they got sick, you will not hear from them until they feel better. So at least like, you know, you're talking to him, you know. I honestly feel like y'all are not compatible. I feel like some of his viewpoints are a little extreme, and I don't think you're with it. And because if you were, you wouldn't be writing and asking this question. So I personally do not think y'all are compatible. And I think you've been doing everything correct. I think he has unrealistic expectations set on you,
Yeah.
and you'll fail every time.
I think that he's definitely giving you what the vibe that he's gonna want for the rest of his life. You know, like he clearly wants a very submissive woman. He clearly wants a woman that is going to basically lay out her day plans for him from the beginning of the day to the end. You know, next thing you know, he's gonna be asking for your location to share it, and
Which is normal.
not
Couples
that
share their.
Not that
They're
early
low
on.
key a couple.
No.
Mm,
Paulette,
no.
no. It's not even barely a month.
Yeah, no, absolutely
But
not.
down the road, I'm just saying it's normal for
Maybe in
people
a-
to share their
maybe
location.
in a-
But you
It's
acting like that, you're not getting it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
like,
say it's normal. I would say that it's probably acceptable in some
Yeah.
relationships. I don't think it's mandatory.
Nah.
I don't. I really don't. Like, because
Really
what were you
not.
doing before we could share location?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And
So
what if
that-
you have an Android?
so-
Nothing.
And so I just feel like
That's
that's the
true.
thing. Like, technology has made it a lot easier to stalk people, but it's like
Yeah.
before
Keep
you didn't.
tabs.
Yeah, you did not need to know my location. But yeah, so I just think that this man, he's definitely giving you the vibes of he wants to be in control. He wants to be the dominant one. He wants to be, the man of the house. And so if you like that, then cool. But just know if you are not the like super submissive type, then you are gonna have some issues for sure.
It was the I don't like when you don't listen to me.
No.
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, Dad.
That's where you lost.
yeah.
I think okay, the fun part about dating is you're supposed to be dating to find out what you like. So before you figure out what you're doing wrong, figure out, is this somebody you want to be with? Does he have qualities that you admire, qualities that you want in a partner? It sounds like there are already things that you're seeing, and in your heart, you know that they're red flags, but you're just kind of nervous to expose them because, being single sometimes can be kind of scary when we have somebody who is like willing to invest in us. But don't put time into somebody who can potentially like place in you insecurities, tear you down, knock you off your pedestal, and just change who you are as a person, because that's what it sounds like. He sounds like a guy who has a very like clear idea of the type of woman he wants to be with. But oftentimes guys like that do not go after that clear idea. They just find whatever woman they can find and then try to make her into that
mold
woman.
her into that.
And that may work out, but what can happen is along the way, as he's molding you into a woman, you lose your sense of self. And then you may not even end up with him. And then you leave this relationship with this weird sense of self, a different perspective of what a relationship is supposed to be. And then you end up trying to find yourself again for a guy who like probably wasn't worth it in the beginning. So I say save yourself the trouble, sis. He sounds very controlling. And it already sounds like y'all have different ideas of what you want a relationship to be like. So girl, cut your losses early and just find somebody who it's easier with. Because 30 days in, y'all shouldn't be having these type of arguments.
Not even arguments, like
But-
conversations. Like
Talk about I don't like if you don't when you don't listen. Listen to, are you my father?
Thank you.
Like,
I just think it's annoying to me, like when someone voices like, "Why I didn't hear from you for 2 days? Why you didn't call me?" And I feel like he's kind of like setting her up for failure time and time again. Like, I didn't hear from you for 2 days. Well, I didn't hear from you either. So it's kind of like people really have to put that pride to the side. If you want to hear from me every day, then you need to call
have
me.
to
And
make you
maybe
call-
in that time,
yeah.
like we can work together and you can say, hey, like you're not giving me enough communication, but you're literally waiting on her not to meet the expectation. And then you're trying to tear her down. And it's like, y'all are not going to get anywhere. Y'all going to continue this cycle over and over again. And at that point, why?
and then try to manipulate her with statistics to make it seem like
It was a statistics girl. Like,
It's
you lost
definitely
it.
It sound
It's
made up.
giving
Yeah.
a KS follower.
Yeah,
so
it's giving her a
run.
late KS follower. Like it really is.
I mean, now it's Andrew Tate, guys.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
when-
is that who it is?
When men start spitting out these statistics,
How is Andrew?
find me an article, and it needs to be a scholar. Okay, I need to see a publication
Or like a dating expert,
You know what I mean? I don't want you to spit these statistics and you get them off of
Wikipedia,
A
or
tweet.
YouTube,
Mhm.
No, that's the problem
or
because
TikTok.
they're giving the statistics and it's like maybe whatever data you got that from only had 100
Jori,
participants.
they got the data from their mind.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, but that's
Ain't
fine. But at the
reading
end of the day,
nowhere.
like y'all are giving generalized statistics for something that what was the population? Like
Yeah,
that's
what's a
number
sample
one on
study?
one when it comes to
like,
statistics.
this is
Like,
giving-
how big was it?
This is giving the men in our comments because the
Mhm.
men in our comments love
99% of boy, stop.
they love to
Boy,
tell
stop.
us about we are the reason why women are at a high rate of singleness, and
And I'm
that is
just
why
like, how do
black
you even
men
know
are
that?
getting married more than black women, and so forth.
It's just
So
It reminds me of actually.
being a woman's so hard nowadays.
I'm not gonna get to it.
Hard.
We'll talk
We're
about
literally
that.
fighting for our lives.
I was gonna just say like the men in the comments though, like the fact that they try to be like, if the guy was fine or if he had money, she would be there.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Duh.
And I would. So, you know what that means? Date women who fucking like you. You won't have to argue. At the end, and that's the thing I don't understand is men be like,
Heavy.
oh,
on
if
that.
you fucked with me, if you found me, yes. And since I don't, it's giving creepy, weirdo behavior. That's what y'all don't understand. When the feelings are not mutual, it's
Yep.
very easy for you to come off as a
Y'all-
creep.
y'all are getting your feelings hurt
Point
because
blank,
y'all keep
period.
chasing women like I'm trying to be nice when I say this. Out of your league. and like, and
not
it's
even
just,
out of your league,
no,
but establish the vibe first.
it's not even that. Like, you're really chasing women that are not like you said, they're not interested in you. So you're forever hurting your own feelings, and then you're gonna blame me as to why you've been single for 10, 15 years.
Oh,
It's not my fault. It's yours.
Like
You
that's
know
in
what
the
I'm
comments. Go overseas, men. Go
find
go.
them. Go.
That's why
Yeah.
y'all go to DR. Go.
You know what the
Go.
crazy part
They'll
is?
run your pockets and leave you as soon as
and
that
then-
credit card get
and
finalized.
run your pockets and go take care of their
So
family.
there is like
Okay.
a new group that's out.
Passport bros.
Yeah, passport
that?
bros. So basically, it's men that leave
Oh,
the United
gosh.
States that have passports and they go get wife in other countries.
Can I say something, guys? Guys, you know what? Never mind. Like,
Y'all,
y'all want to be us so bad. Like, passport
not
bros.
only that, I need to actually see y'all with these passports because I don't even think y'all have passports. Y'all's passports don't have stamps. I don't believe y'all because y'all really think that y'all gonna leave liberal ass America to these conservative countries with your ideas of what
Thank you.
submission should be like, but y'all want to go
Because,
50-50
I mean,
on dates.
Yeah, because like when you go overseas, like the whole purpose of a man is to provide. We're not talking bills.
And then when you
we're not talking spending. Like,
And then to bring her over, you have to pledge at least 2 years that you're gonna take care of her bills. You're gonna, if she's not working, you have to give her an
Enjoy.
allowance. Like, do you understand what it takes to like marry somebody
they don't.
overseas?
No, let them go and
No.
They
fail.
just want somebody who's submissive and
and
not
go to
going to
cook.
talk back.
Yeah, that's all.
They want slaves.
And then spread their legs. That's it.
literally.
I mean,
And
listen,
host their kids.
there's people in my village. If y'all really talking about that, I
Honestly,
can find for y'all.
waiting to come here and really ball out.
Listen, actually,
okay?
go bless my village.
Please.
I'm not even playing. Do what you need to do, but just no.
Passport, bro. I didn't even know that's really
A headache come
thing.
with it.
It definitely is.
Oh, I have so
Well.
much to say about just.
But anyway, anywho, as far as the moto is concerned, yeah, run sis.
Yeah.
Run.
Red
Yeah,
flags,
Or keep
like-
keep your options open. Honestly,
Not even
you know?
options up. No, he's not an
Right.
option. He's,
No, I'm
it's
just
a
saying keep your
big red
options.
flag.
Talk to other people.
I don't
'Cause
like
that-
when you listen to me.
yeah, that's
it's
going to
giving-
escalate.
And, like,
that's
stop-
going to escalate.
And like, coming from a place of someone that like, I'm grown and mature now, but back in the day, I remember I found myself trying to change myself to fit someone's life and stuff like that, and realizing when you have to do that, when you have to force yourself in a space that you don't belong in, trouble comes. So just, girl, take our advice. Like they said, cut your losses. Like, you don't need to change yourself to be with somebody. Someone should just be adding to you, and like that's just what it is. But it shouldn't be a thing where you feel like now you have to be this and be that just to fit in his life. That means you don't need to be there.
the only
Move around.
changing,
That's it.
the only changing that's getting made is like things that are going to better me, make me
Absolutely.
become a better person. But if you don't even
Absolutely.
rock with me at my core, I'm not changing that.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it.
And I know a lot of us like,
Mhm.
yeah, growing up, like when you were younger, it's like, dang, like I want to be this. It's like, no, at the end of the day, he needs to accept you for you. Same for men. She should accept you for you. Like anytime anyone wants to change you, that is a automatic red flag run. Like they should accept you as you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my advice, being real here. But if you want to continue to talk to him, cool. But it just sounds like a lot of grooming's going on, girl. And you don't need that.
Yeah.
You don't. Mm-mm.
Mama Michelle said no. Don't do it.
Shut
Better cause I'm wrong.
Do we have a petty chronicle?
Okay, I do have a petty chronicle,
Okay.
and it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick. Just tell me if I'm petty.
You
okay?
are petty.
And I'm not gonna give any details because
Huh?
these days, not too many details. Because these days, I don't know. I feel like
The math be mathing sometimes.
yeah, some y'all be putting connecting
No,
the
people-
dots
no,
kind of
they
quickly.
do.
Yeah, they do.
Math be
And I'm just
mathing.
like,
I feel y'all friends.
Ew.
Y'all keeping up.
so you listen, huh? You's a fan. No, but I just realized that lately, and I think I've said this before, like if I like you, if I fuck with you, like there's not much that I won't do. I mean, there's a lot that I won't do, but there's not much that I won't do. If that makes sense. You get it, you get it. But I don't like when like a guy asks for stuff that's already kind of a lot for me to do. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it.
Like
So for
what?
instance, it's kind of like, I'll give an example. Like say I'm cooking, right?
Mhm.
And the guy's like, "Oh, why you ain't make me a plate?" All right now. Sorry guys. Okay, so
He
say
heard
I'm,
you.
say I'm cooking and the guy's like, "Why you ain't make me a plate?" And I'm like, "Okay, like maybe next time, you know?" And then after that, he keeps asking for a plate, and then it just becomes like, "Are you begging? Like, are you that hungry? Like, now I don't want to make it for you." Okay, but that's just an example. But it was a situation where somebody asked something of me and was like, "How come you never do this?" Da 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 da. And I was like, "I feel like I do." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I feel like you should like do this." So he mentioned something, and I was kind of like, okay, I didn't think anything of it. But then he kept asking, and I'm like, mind you, this would require me to spend my own money, right? And I'm like, and mind you, it wasn't a lot, but it's like, why are you asking me to spend money on you? Like, I don't know why it felt so gross. Like, it gave me the biggest ick. And it's not like, I'm not even against spending money on somebody, but it's like, why are you asking me to? You know what I mean?
He was begging you to shower.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like
with gifts.
I don't know if it was like
food.
A test, kind of. Like, I want to see if she'll do it. Because I feel like
but
she
that's
won't
not
do
okay.
it. But it's like, the fact that you ask now, I never want to do for you.
No.
And now I
Yeah,
feel like
you weren't petty and feeling that way.
No,
I mean,
no.
and you're not, okay. I'm not gonna lie.
There's nothing wrong with
Okay.
that.
You even having that thought process, it's not petty. Because honestly, what are you doing?
No,
but
yeah, it just made me cringe so
respect
much.
yourself. If you have to ask more than once, you're begging.
But I feel like
Please stop.
I'm gonna work on that. I'm not saying that again. Damn. I've had that situation before where somebody kind of asked me for something, and I'm like, why would you ask that?
And
because
I'm so
now,
awkward. I'm like, I will make
because
you know
in
I'm
time, like you said, if I rock with you, like you'll get those things from me.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you're asking, and this could be petty, but what have you done for me me to even want to do that for you? So
ew, I remember. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's just I couldn't believe it. I went out with someone, and like y'all, we were out, and like y'all, he asked me to buy him a shot, and I was like,
I'm sorry, that's not.
It's funny, comical, because I laughed in his face. Excuse me. I was like, why? I was like, why would I buy you a shot? I'm not drinking. And he was like, oh, I'm like, and I had to really tell him like next, no, like we're out together, like we're not. This is a trial run. I don't even fool with you like
heavy
that.
on the trial, and I feel like
So
men are just turning into like sugar babies. I don't know.
they're turning into roaches.
they want to be.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's giving colorist. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
it's not, bro. That's what roaches do. Roach off you. Like,
Okay,
come
so
on.
let me say this.
Come on.
Now, Michelle.
What?
Nikki thinks you're petty.
What? You're lying.
Because Nikki, these are things Nikki probably would do.
Okay, so let me say this.
Oh.
Is he begging or is he communicating? Or is he trying to communicate with you and say like, hey, like maybe I want you to show this a little bit more effort or like show that you actually like me. And in that regards, I can kind of understand where he's coming from because it's kind of like women. Like we'll be like, oh, I really like flowers. And you might just start off with, I really like flowers. And then a holiday comes around. And you're like, oh, dang, these flowers are really nice. So it's like, it's almost like you're trying to give them a bone.
Okay, I see.
And they're not really biting at it.
So let me tell you.
And it's not necessarily that he's begging, but I do think, and that's the thing. I don't know the degree of where y'all at, you know, like, or like how long y'all have been getting to know each other. So that's the thing. If it's not there, then that's different. But if it's someone that you actually might want to really get to know and like, you know, really be serious with down the line, is it gonna kill you?
Can I chime in? I'm not used to men begging, putting bones. Like, I'm not used to that. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if a man knows what he wants, he gonna say what he wants. Like, at the end of the day, it's same for a woman. Like, we're always voicing communication. If you want him to buy flour, hey, sometimes I would like you to buy me flour. This whole try to drop nuggets for people to pick up and realize what you want is stupid to me. You are setting unrealistic expectations, and you're always gonna get hurt.
I don't think
So
it's
I feel like
expectations
it is.
at all.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Begging
I'm not
someone to
gonna lie.
cook for you is unrealistic.
I think I would have preferred a bone. I would prefer a bone.
Be
'Cause straight up
direct.
telling me to buy you
But
something,
like
I
he's
think
giving
it's
you a
like-
bone, and you think he's lightweight begging.
No, he didn't give me a bone. He straight up communicated like I would.
But
like
I'm
for
going
you
off
to do
Nikki's
this.
words choice. She said he was giving you a bone. I'm just like, I'm not used to men giving bones.
But my issue with that, like when I
So, is this
experienced
new?
that, it was like, what? Why would I do that? I'm not comfortable yet. I'm not
Yeah.
in a space to do what you're asking me
Yeah.
to do. And I think it comes from men are used to getting used. And so
yeah.
now they're trying to test the waters and
Well,
see what a woman will do for them.
That's
And I'm
very
sorry
true.
about what you went through, but I'm a naturally giving person, and you
Yeah.
testing me in the beginning actually turns me the fuck off.
It may not even also too have to do with being used. They're probably used to like certain type of women just like real quick. Like when they finally meet a
No,
woman.
they're used to being used.
No,
Yeah.
but
They're
no-
used to being. I think
no,
that
no,
I
let
think
me
it's
land
that,
first,
but I
like-
think they're mainly used to
Yeah.
being
But,
used.
but let
I
me
feel
land
like
first. Like
that's-
there are some women that like you gotta really like there's standards. Like some women are not quick to like do all those things, and there's some women that are, and some men are used to when they're quick to be spitting out meals, doing all this stuff. There are some women like until we establish something, please do not expect anything from my end, and I won't even expect anything from you other than you trying to court me. Boom.
I'll be honest.
There are women that operate like that.
Maybe a few.
I mean,
but I don't.
I know, but I'm not gonna lie. I've
it's
seen
a
a lot of
majority.
women start cooking meals on week one, knowing somebody.
I think the
It's like, what's going
majority
on?
of women are really expecting men to like show their hand and really like show like what they're capable of doing to even like be able to like completely take them serious. And whenever it comes, I feel like when it comes to like now modern day dating, like mostly people are usually talking to multiple people, and so I think that Jori's right. Like men are kind of afraid of being used, so they are trying to see like, okay, like is this someone that's actually gonna reciprocate like my energy, or is this someone who's just gonna always take? And I don't think it's right.
To not having game.
I don't think it's right. But at the same time, like I said, it just depends on like the degree of things. Like if it's someone that you really like, then what is it to like? I don't know what he.
I don't know. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
But
It has to. I would equate that to not having game. I'm not gonna lie. Some people don't have game, like because there are some men that will know how to maneuver that situation and land, and there are some men that don't. Like it's just you have it or you don't. Like it is what it is.
I can't even be mad at them not wanting to be used because I think when you go through things, you become jaded. And I definitely have been like, damn, I'll never do this for a guy again. And that's not the next person's fault. You know what I mean? And I think people are just jaded. Like, there's a lot of fuckery going on out here.
It
People are
is.
fed up.
But I do think that people too also like. You just got to be mindful of what you're doing and what all you're giving to people. Like, not everybody should be able to activate a certain love level on you. Like, not every person you date should be getting a certain type of level of experience. I'm being honest with you. I feel like that is the problem with dating men and women. Like, we are giving a certain type of level of affection to everybody, and everyone shouldn't get that. And now you're jaded because everyone has received that type of level of love from you when it shouldn't be like that.
So I kind of only disagree for the sense that it depends on how you're dating. Like I would agree with you if you're dating multiple people, then yeah, like multiple people can't activate that same level. But if you're dating with intention and you're dating seriously and you're in long-term relationships, why would each person not get that?
But
from
some
you?
of them are like what I'm saying is that some of them are not even long-term relationship. What I'm saying is that some people need to really practice discernment. Some people are terrible at that.
So you're saying females or women are hopping
Men and
into
women.
are hopping
Men
into
and
stuff
women.
and immediately
immediately
going all
starting
out.
to do going all, and it's like sometimes like people want you to dial it back a little because that may overwhelm somebody, and now that may cause them to now not be interested in you because of all that technically love bombing going on. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like sometimes people can just do way too much for everybody. And it's like not everybody should be getting that.
Mind you, but
I don't know.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't even mind all that. If you as a woman, you want to spoil your man, that's fine. That's how you date, and that's what makes your man happy.
Right.
But don't expect that from me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like
That's all I'm saying
that's why
because
dating is terrible now.
I'm the type of person where like the way I date is I do like I'm a what's that monogamous dater. Yeah, I'm not a serial dater. I date people one at a time. If I like you, I really have to figure out like, okay, let me try to like you, all the other stuff. I'm not gonna invest so much time, energy, and money and all this stuff into somebody who like I don't see a future with. Like I really want to spend time to get to know you. And for you to expect me to because I know if I'm doing all that, I'm gonna end up liking you sooner than I'm probably I don't know you like that. And I do feel like in this day and age, a lot of guys are trying to put like up all these tests. And I don't know if it's because of like social media or like media or things that people are consuming, but at the same time, I am not a user. Like I don't take. You know what I mean? And I'm very clear. I'm not gonna lie. If I go out to a bar with a guy and he's buying shots, I'm gonna make sure I buy a round or do something like that. Only because a part of me also wants to make it clear that I'm not a user. So I do. Before I would never like put money in, but now dating, I try to make it clear like I'm not a user. But at the same time, I want that to be on my time. So if I'm putting money, I want it to be on my time. But if I see you going out of your way to try and like manipulate me into spending money on you, it does make me start feeling like, okay, I don't want to be used either though.
That's icky.
You know?
I understand why you got the ick. I got the full on ick. I was so disgusted with him. I was like, why?
And don't get me wrong. Now I have run into men that they just want like they sound like freeloaders. You know? Don't get me wrong. I definitely have run into that, but like I said, it just takes discernment too. Like if there's a man that has really been doing a lot for me, then like y'all said, naturally you're gonna want to do for them.
Absolutely.
Naturally. Let it come
it doesn't
from me.
come like by force.
And I
you
think,
know what I mean?
like I said with discernment, as a man, if you're not getting it within a certain time frame, then you need to use discernment to leave.
Yeah.
So you don't get used.
No, that's true. That's true.
So.
But
Like, quit. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we can go all day with this topic, but
I don't know. Okay, so I want to ask y'all this. Ooh, did y'all have a chance to see?
The 7 kids, 7 baby mamas.
Yes.
no.
I is it the guy who was saying like he didn't want them? And
Yeah.
So, okay. I didn't
Okay.
watch
But
it,
you
but I
had
saw like
them.
a headline about
So,
it. Yeah.
so there is a man who has been going around like circulating these different type of videos, basically saying that he has 7 children by 7 different women, and he refuses to take care of any of them because he told the women that he did not want the children. So he said that he offered to either pay for an abortion, Plan B pill, whatever the case may be, and 7 women chose not to opt for
He
it.
said some women took it.
He said someone took it, so he probably would have had a lot more children
He's a coward.
if it wasn't for this fact. But he said that women need to be more conscious about who they sleep with and who they choose to lay down with, because he said that women are the ones who have to carry a child for 9 months. And he basically said like these are women that are jump offs to him, and so they don't mean anything. So why would he think that he could love a child off of a jump off? And so that's the reason why he refuses to take care of the children. He's not going to be involved in any of the children's life, and whatever the case may
I
be.
think that narrative's kind of dangerous in a sense, because it's like it takes 2 to tango. Just how you're telling us we need to be conscious, you do too. You should not be going raw on everybody and shooting up the club. And now you have, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm sorry, what's going on? Like, shit that's on social media, I don't understand. That's not even a conversation.
Yeah.
No one can relate to you. You're a coward.
I don't even know why he decided to.
Why would you say that? And like,
come
even
out with
it's
that.
so crazy. You was trying to basically bribe these women to do something that they're not comfortable doing. Not everybody agrees with abortion. How you gonna force that on somebody? You're irresponsible too. Just as you're saying she's irresponsible, you are too. So, and you're not trying to take care of your seat at that.
Because I think we can all
whack
agree
to
that
me.
he's stupid. But
He's whack.
do you feel like women should be more conscious about who they sleep with?
I think men and women should.
Yeah.
It's not a woman thing. I don't like that. Like, that just says dangerous. That's not a woman, only a woman thing. It takes 2 to have sex.
I definitely think that if someone makes it clear that they don't want to have any parts of a child being born, and you then choose to have that child regardless, then I think they shouldn't have any expectations from him.
Absolutely.
It's unfortunate, but if someone came to me and said, Jori, I don't want you to have this baby. If you do, I will not be a part of it. Then I'm going to think really hard about that. You know, like
Cool.
whether or not I go either way. But him saying like he could never
Cool.
love the child because it was, you need to go
But
to
still-
therapy.
yeah,
because
but
this
still-
is deeper
No, he
than
needs
than
to go
that.
to
He
hell.
needs to go
about
to
you,
therapy
because I'm not gonna lie.
What does that mean?
No,
You
he
not
needs to go
wanting
to
your
hell.
seed or not, it's still your seed at the end of the day. You a coward. Sorry. I don't
Yeah.
care. I just feel like putting all that on a woman, that's not, you know what?
The thing is,
I'm tired.
This is really us just trying to make sense out of nonsense. because
Literally.
for sure.
If
Dangerous.
on that
Like,
video, he wasn't even
what
making
conversation
sense.
is this?
The fact that he sat up there and said, and sometimes he don't pull out because why would he worry about pulling out when he knows he don't have to carry a child?
That's
Sir,
so, like,
and the fact that he tried to degrade these
irresponsible.
women that decided to carry this pregnancy
Mhm.
full term, when, sir, they made one mistake. You made 7. You're the one with 7
and
kids.
more than that,
The
actually.
only irresponsible person in this equation is you. You are the one who keeps making the same mistake time and time and time again. After the 5th child, you mean to tell me at that point you still decided to have unprotected sex when there are many methods of birth control for
Mhm.
men that you can try? You
That is
can,
a
you know what I mean? At this point,
Mhm.
they even have male birth control. The fact that somebody even suggested a vasectomy to him and he said he didn't know what that was, but after he did his research, he said it was too expensive. He's not going to do it. Sir, you are an
Like,
idiot.
you're the
And people like you,
problem.
I feel
Yeah.
like, should be subjected to an involuntary vasectomy.
And it's
I don't
weird
even. The
because-
court should assign that to you because you make no sense. You're dangerous. You're
Yeah.
You're continuing to have unprotected sex. You're choosing not to have sex with condoms with people who you are not in a relationship with, and you're creating multiple broken homes.
Literally.
That's very irresponsible.
But
Literally,
how did
and then
he get
like
to 7?
people like you are creating these stupid ass
and he would have
narratives.
had more.
No, but people like him are creating these stupid ass narratives that y'all really are allowing to go on platforms and have discourse. Oh, that's fucking weird to me. This is not even a conversation. Like, this is weird. And you have the audacity to throw it back on women. Really? As if you're not the problem. You're not going to take responsibility at all. Just because you told her you didn't want the kid, you feel like you're still not responsible for it. Come on now.
I hope the
Like,
checks get sent through the court system.
Jesus.
Hope they
Period.
dock
I don't know,
your
because like
pay.
y'all like, it's just like, that kind of scares me because there are men out here that are like comfortable having multiple baby mamas and not taking care of them. That's not okay. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, but to answer your
Didn't be
question,
me.
as women, I mean, I do think it is necessary that we are cognizant of the fact that there
Absolutely.
are men out here who think like this. Because a lot of times, like, you know, you have a scary night and you think, okay, well, worst comes to worst, maybe this man will step up. But you have to understand, like, in this day, not even this day and age, like, this is a story as old as time. Like, the possibility of you having to raise a child alone is going to be there. So that
Yeah.
is something that you need to just, like,
Mhm.
consider when you think about, like, having sex unprotected, when you think of, like, forgetting to take a plan B, when you think about, like, raising a child or deciding to keep your child or put it up for adoption. I know those are all very scary choices, and it sucks that as a woman we have to carry the baby and make that decision. But as you can see, like, this is like the alternative. Like, you have a man, because imagine you hop on social media and see your baby father on there talking about, I will never love my child, and you have to shield that video from your child so he don't see that. Like,
I'm sorry. Your father died many years ago.
Facts.
No, like in a fire. I'm not gonna sustain you to that. Like,
Yeah,
he's
But
dead.
still, like, you got to think about it because, like,
Yeah,
you know,
actually, you're spot on.
like,
he's dead to me, to you, to everybody, but
Right.
the system, the judicial system, because I'm still getting them
right.
CS checks. Bye.
Man.
Okay. So imagine you introduce your friend to your boyfriend / baby daddy. She comes to your baby shower, hangs out with your friends, with you, both of y'all, like goes on trips with y'all. Says that you both are her favorite couple. Next thing you know, they're dating, and this is after you've had a baby by this man. Now they're dating, and she basically sends a text to your phone like, "Hey, you need to stop contacting so and so. Him and I are now together. Like, y'all do not have a future together. He never liked you, and you and I really were never friends."
This is a true story, right?
This is a true
Yeah,
story.
no,
This
it
is
is.
actually kind of crazy because it's a couple people that have been coming out with these stories. Like, it was women that were like super, super close to them,
that's how it
and
be.
they snatched their men right underneath them.
I don't know. Y'all don't fight no more? Y'all don't throw hands no more? Because, listen. Listen, that's the only way that could get solved right there.
I'm pulling up.
Like,
And
must
hands
you-
are flying.
must you be
Like,
fake?
immediately.
Like, you have to be in my face talking about I love you as a couple. Like, you couldn't do your
There's-
thievery
yeah.
like in silence as a silent
And
hater.
then-
Like,
and
you had to
then-
be out loud
and
with
like,
it.
wasn't she
So that's
pregnant?
even
Had the
worse.
baby, and
Yeah.
once the child
Talk about in
drops,
contact. That's my baby daddy now. So
Cause-
you're with me for life.
No, because
So
What do you mean he don't like me? We have a baby together. He loves us.
that's what I'm
What you
saying. That's the
mean?
girl was like,
No, I know. I don't
yeah.
understand what the friend's talking about. What you mean he loves us?
Leave us alone.
I do
girl.
remember the
His
story.
family's here.
she was like, you can't call me a friend. He told me to used to talk shit about me. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, yeah, because I see you for who you are. And
Literally, look at you.
But he's a snake too. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
oh,
But
yeah.
who's more
Oh,
to
he'll be dealt-
blame?
They both will
Both.
be dealt with.
But
accordingly.
but who's actually more to blame?
I mean,
I'm not
that,
gonna- Y'all carry that load equally.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
gonna lie.
sorry. Either
Absolutely.
way.
No
That was-
one
that was her
had a
fiance,
greater.
right?
Fiance.
That-
And the
Fiance.
father of her child.
And the
yeah,
father
father
of
of her
my
child.
kid.
Like, he and her both equally share one.
Yeah.
Because how did y'all even get there?
How? And this reminds me, you're crazy. There's a lot of stories like this because I don't know if y'all watch Vanderpump Rules, but I do.
Oh, I seen some.
Oh my
tea. I need
gosh.
to catch up.
But in Vanderpump
I
Rules,
heard, yeah,
so
what
there's a
happened.
couple on Vanderpump Rules. At this point, they've been together for like probably like 6 years, 7 years or more or
a
whatever.
long time.
A long time. And on the
Wow.
show, there's another girl who recently just like joined the show. She used to date another cast member. Now she's single, and people are like coming at her, calling her a thought because she's like bopping around the just dating other people on the cast. And one of the girls, the girl who's in the couple, is like defending her, like trying to take her in and like giving her someone to shoot with all this other stuff. Recently, it just broke that girl has been sleeping with
Her boyfriend.
her boyfriend
Mm-hmm.
for the past like 7-8 months, and they even wear matching necklaces.
Okay.
Y'all, okay,
Listen.
can I say something? Why must y'all get disrespectful?
Like
with
a whole full blown affair.
But him and old girl was already broken up though, right?
Well, I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. I'll say
Wow.
this
What
though.
happened to things being secret?
But
Girl.
but my thing
matching
is,
necklaces.
That's when I was the.
I thought him and old girl were broken up. But what I have to say about that, I'm not saying it's right, but this is also a friend group who has dated around
Yeah.
a lot. So to me, it's like y'all have this outrage for her that it's foul because she's been in that girl face acting one way, but y'all have all dated around in that cast. So to me, it's like, why y'all crucifying her?
Yeah, no, that's why even when the girls came out like, you're a homeworker, I'm like, you literally just broke up with your husband who you stole from somebody else.
Yeah.
So let's not.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, anyone that shows cards like that, like who's willing to go down that route with anyone,
Dangerous.
it's they're a very, very dangerous person. Like you cannot trust anything that they say, that they do. You can't trust that person. I don't care. And honestly, I really do feel that the friend probably showed some type of colors or signs throughout that, but she just probably ignored it. And you know what? Her baby daddy was probably like, she probably came to her baby daddy, was like, hey, like, you know, like this girl's giving me these type of vibes, da 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 da. And her baby daddy was probably, oh no, like, don't worry, like she's probably fine. Da, da, da. I'm telling you, but y'all are better than me. I blame the baby daddy more.
Why are we always
They're her best friend?
Yes.
Y'all are equally taking the blame. Y'all equally will catch a fade equally. No.
There is.
What are you blaming him for, though?
Thank you.
I mean, he was on the relationship. It was on him to keep that commitment, but at the same
it was
time,
on
the
her friend
friend
too to not do that
but
too.
I still think they're equally guilty.
Yeah.
But his commitment was to his fiance.
Yeah, his commitment to me. And then she's just my friend. You are
That's your best friend.
But
I don't think they were.
I don't
They
think
were they were friends, but newer friends.
It doesn't matter if it's your best friend.
Newer friends.
What does a best friend mean to me at this point? To my future husband.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
and to the
Nicole.
father of my child. Like
but
you
then-
are supposed to have way more sense.
And so is your friend. You're pregnant.
You want a
and
man that bad? You have to
engaged.
go for my man? Like,
Yeah,
damn, ho,
like I'm engaged.
sheesh.
Like it's not like we're boyfriend and girlfriend, girl. Like we're going to the next level.
Honestly,
Oh,
this is
what?
just a tell for us. When you see hater vibes, don't take it as
Oh,
it's
no,
not.
look,
we
it's
have to
not.
actually
It
stop
is what
ignoring
it
that. If you
is.
feel hater vibes, you actually
It
need to
is
move
what
the
it
fuck
is.
around because people are snakes.
Yeah.
Look, and if
That's
they
true.
and if they were hating on you from the beginning, and then all of a sudden now they're praising you, they're still a snake.
Yeah.
Always have been.
It's always the
Don't
people
trust
who
them.
like they want to ask you so many questions, and it's like, okay, girl, like
Yeah,
this is not
you
your
wanna know
place to
too
be
much.
asking this, and it's like it's
Yeah.
actually it's giving surveillance at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're trying to
They're
see
trying to
what's good,
Find a
and
way
it's
to
like
infiltrate.
Yeah.
mind your business.
And before
I
you
don't
know
even
it-
talk to you about my relationship like this. So why are you so inquisitive? I feel like sometimes people come with like genuine questions and concern, but when you get to ask a
Mhm.
little too much,
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
There's
like,
just certain things like if you're not like close to me, don't
No,
be
yeah.
asking me because some girls are comfortable just being like, so like how?
yeah. But I think some people who
Nah.
I don't think everyone who's like that has ill intentions. I think some people are just
I agree.
chatty.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't
Like
think
you get
everyone
older, chatty.
No, I don't think everyone is. If just because you ask me like, oh, like how's your dating life or anything like that, I don't
No.
think that your intentions are bad.
Mhm.
I really
I-
don't. Because some
see-
people are just really trying to catch up with you. Because especially if
Mhm.
y'all haven't talked in a while.
And that's
Yeah.
it. See, I'm very like I don't know. Sorry, been involved in a lot of stuff. It's like, sometimes people you haven't heard, they haven't talked to you about certain stuff in a while because things have been going on behind closed doors. Now they got to catch up and see if you on to something or not.
I'm
The
lost.
girls who get
I'm
it,
lost.
get it.
You
and the
talking
girls
in
who
code,
don't,
girl.
don't.
I'm like, you lost me.
Just
minute
saying, a
ago.
lot of people just be like, a lot of people be really just like playing both sides and like they're really just following up with you to see, oh, okay, oh, are you dating him still? Oh, you know, because they know what's going on.
Look, if I don't feel you,
Okay,
no one else does.
listen, y'all be careful, y'all. Don't be chatty with everybody. Did y'all listen to Nicki Minaj's new song, Red Ruby Sleece?
Yes.
I actually have.
Yeah,
Red
good.
Ruby, the sleeves.
It's
actually-
like the Lumity or is it Lumity? Lumity, the group, the one she did the sample off of.
Oh, I don't know
Or
the name.
Illumity?
Yeah.
That I'm not gonna lie, that whole entire song
Uh-oh.
slap, and I like how like it was just amazing. That to me, Nicki Minaj is about to make the greatest comeback of her career. Just hearing that song.
Really? Based off of that one song?
That song, have you like? It's like her word. Like I had to listen to the song like 4 times in a row. I'm just like, dang, like
her
what?
wordplay's there.
it's out of this world. Like, you know,
Her
I don't feel
wordplay's there, but I don't know if you can base a comeback of her career off of a sampled song.
I can say that she was running laps on a lot of girls that a lot
Why
of
are you being
rap
shady?
females
No,
that had
it's not
dropped
me.
That's the
music.
comeback of her career off a sample song.
No, but I'm just being honest. Like it wasn't an original beat. Like
It's not-
she already had like a banging beat. It wasn't an original beat, but her lyrics were good. But I'm saying like I feel like it kind of makes it a little bit easier to make a song off of a beat that's already established.
Does it?
Like Big
Yeah.
Energy and Lotto.
Yeah, it really
Is it?
does.
Y'all, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I'm not.
I mean,
Let's not.
I'm
do
I
not
that.
feel like a lot
discrediting-
of sample songs, like they already
No, I
kind of have
get-
a buzz to
But
it.
I
That's all
get,
I'm
I get the
saying.
sample, but it's like, but it takes a lot for people to like write a song.
And I'm
So I feel
not.
like
and
the
I'm not.
beat-
Who's taking
I'm
away
not
from that?
discrediting that. But I'm just saying
just
I
wanted to
don't.
hear the point.
Yeah, I don't think that I can base like her comeback off of this one song. Like I said, it's a sampled song. So I want to hear like some of like I like the vibe that she's going for because like I said, there was some, you know, like whenever Nikki was going for like the more pop songs, it wasn't what I was feeling. So I'm happy to like that she's coming back with like real rap because this is like the Nikki I like. But I just need to hear a little bit more if it's gonna be.
I'm not gonna lie. My opinion still stands. I feel you though.
I haven't even listened to it, so
okay. I do have a question for y'all because I mean this has been going on a lot. I don't know if y'all probably on TikTok, but you know, Ice Spice and North did end up linking up.
Oh really?
So they linked up.
I know she like drew because didn't North like draw her?
Yeah, so she's like a big Ice Spice fan, and they made like a couple TikToks together. And it was like cute or whatever. It was very kid friendly. I think it was kid appropriate. Even Ice Spice was like very child appropriate, like in the TikToks. But then North posted some additional videos, I guess without Ice Spice, but like dressed as Ice Spice, like the wig and like the velour suit or jumpsuit or whatever. And she was kind of like dancing, like, you know, how Ice Spice does.
Twerking.
And a lot of people, not twerk. I mean, Ice Spice don't really twerk, but she may like turn around, show her butt, and like does like that whole thing. And a lot of people felt like it was a bit inappropriate. A lot of people had a lot to say, like saying things like, "Oh, well, this is exactly what Kanye West was talking about, why he didn't want North on social media." So a lot of people saying that. So I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts.
He didn't lie. I
haven't seen the. I don't have.
I haven't seen the video, but I do think that early exposure to certain things, like whenever it comes to children, it just opens up their minds to a lot more things.
Yeah.
And I just do not think that Kim is able to completely shield all these adult things from North, like especially since she's on social media. You know, like she's able to hear these songs. She's able to, you know, like
she's still a kid.
Yeah,
9.
I'm like, because even in the song, like, was it "Boy's a Liar"? Like, she probably watched the music video and stuff like that. Like, you know, I don't know. I
saw the video. I mean, it was playful. I think the only thing to me, I can't say if it's inappropriate or not, but I did think her being dressed as Ice Spice, like she kind of like put like padding in like the jacket, and I was like, without that, I think it would have been as bad. That's just my take. Because the video to me is innocent, but she was dressed like Ice Spice, and she did have like padding in the shirt. So to me, it was kind of like
make it look like she had boobs.
Yeah. So to me, that was the only thing that I was like, the content could have landed without that. And so that was why I think to me, I was like, that's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean,
but I think Ice Spice had to still been there because she had the chain on.
No, it was a
fake one.
It was a fake one.
Oh, okay.
Like I was like, who is getting her these costumes so quickly? I got like
her mama.
Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I had to go back, and I was like, it literally was just like a circle check. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I was like, she even had like the small cube, and I was like, who got her? Even this white jumpsuit and the orange wig. I'm like, who got her this? I guess for me, my take on it is like, at the end of the day, parent how you want or whatever. A lot of people are just saying like, oh, the more restrictions you put on kids, the wider they get, and you're trying to sexualize a child and all this other stuff. And which I do understand. Like, okay, which it's not just like a gray area when you start trying to be like, oh, is this kid being inappropriate? It's like, well, what is your mind? Why are you sexualizing a child? Which is true. But at the same time, you have to understand that this is the internet, right? So anybody seeing that and seeing her just as an adult and doing all those things, you can't shield her from certain eyes, you know? So I just feel like her being 9 and a celebrity child, like they have kind of thrust her in this public eye. And it's like, I think at some point, I mean, they had the comments off, but I think maybe.
And it's actually crazy because I didn't even realize that North was 9. I literally thought she was like 12, 13 years old.
She's a baby.
I didn't
know how she was.
I didn't know she was 9.
Yeah, I think she's still 9, maybe 10.
It's just unfortunate. The problem, honestly, is people who like children. That's really what the problem comes down to.
Yeah.
Because it has been talked about a lot. Like when people post their children or babies, like when you look at the save count, if it's a funny video and you want to save it, it makes sense. But like there's certain videos where I'm like, why did 17,000 people save this video of this child? Like it doesn't make sense to me, you know? And I think that's what people are talking about on TikTok. Like, it just makes it so easy for people, for men or whatever, to to come after. I was gonna say not even men, like to just kind of come after children in a way. And it's like, damn, like it's unfortunate.
No, it's really bad because I think there's a child. I think is her name Eleanor. I don't know. I forgot what her name is on TikTok, and she has that problem. And people have been like trying to like expose like the mom and the parents for a very long time because like even in the comments, like you'll see people like say like things where it's like, okay, you're talking about a child and you have men here leaving hard eyes saying like, I don't even want to repeat it, but just saying really inappropriate things where it's like, at this point, turn your saves off at least. And turn your
Comments off.
turn your comments off
Mhm.
something. And then someone even brought to her attention like, oh, this video is floating around on Pinterest and floating around on adult sites. Like, people are stealing these videos and using like deepfake technology to turn it into like to sell it off as CP. So it was like knowing that exists and this is the generation that we live in. It's like you have to be mindful, especially when you're putting a child on the internet. So yeah, as much as you want to say, well, don't sexualize children, you have to understand that there are predators who live on the net and this is what they use to get their rocks off. So you have to protect your children, So it's like the fact that Kanye West is saying like, oh, I don't want my child on social media for these reasons. And back then it was like, well, she's not doing anything. But now it's starting to be like, okay, you're starting to see her mind like shape. And the fact that you said you thought she was 12 and she's literally not even in middle school yet. She's still in elementary school. And I'm thinking about, I have a nephew who's 8 and this boy still play Roblox. Like he's not even allowed on TikTok. You know what I mean? So it's like just seeing the maturity levels of different kids. It's like, I don't know, show your kids more.
I think it's the same thing. Like even look at Diddy's twins.
But they're 16.
And do you see the way they dress?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought they're models.
Diddy's twins, Jordan Wood's little sister. Like, I didn't even know she was still in high school. She looks like she's 25.
I mean, but fashion has changed when it comes to
like I feel like when you're
is.
a teenager, like okay, I'm not saying it's different, but it's kind of different because like they're getting older and like mature. They're now trying new trends, testing things out, trying to find their style.
I don't think it's different because you still see reports of people like having children with little babies, like like someone who's 16, like, and they're having sex with someone who's 35 years old.
But that's not
yeah,
even
like
a
I
new
mean,
thing.
I know it's not new, but I'm
really
saying
not.
I do think that the new style and like social media plays a role in it because a lot of these people, I couldn't tell that they were in high school.
I feel like it's just now like spotlighting it now because this has been going. There's been like, for example, I'm not gonna lie. There were times when I was 16 and people thought I was older than my age, but I was really 16. It's just kids are looking older. Like things are different now. People are now getting introduced to makeup so soon. Like I've been on TikTok watching people in elementary school get ready with me to go to school. You about to catch the bus?
I'm not gonna lie. I did see a young little black girl, and she was doing her thing. But I was like,
she was, and like
you
she
are
caught
in
the
middle
neighbor
school.
teen. She was like,
yes,
y'all.
I saw that same video. I was like, girl,
she's hilarious, but it's like, what's going on? Like, no. Why are you on here?
Because have y'all seen? There's a tweet going on around about how this boy, I think he's like 15 years old, went to his brother and was like, he wants to start having sex, something like that, and he was like, well, talk to mom about that. Like, don't talk to me. So he went to his mom and said, like, I'm ready to have sex or whatever. And a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, I think we need to, like, get rid of that idea of thinking of when you reach a certain age, you're ready to start having sex, you have to sneak around and do it. Like, I think as parents, like, you need to provide a safe space for your kids to be having sex at. If they're ready to have sex, let them have sex under your roof. But it was kind of a split conversation because some people are just like, actually, no. Like, we need to start, like, actually putting down rules for people and be like, no, you're not having sex in my house. I'm sorry. You're too, like, someone said to someone under 18, you can't consent to sex. Like, you really just can't. You're too young to understand what that entails. So I'm not going to allow you to be having sex under my roof. And it was like a split conversation. So I was like, what are y'all's thoughts on that?
I think the talk and discussion of sex should be had in the household, right? But I don't agree with the whole, like, now, like, if your kid wants to experiment, oh yeah, it can be under my roof. No. You can know what sex is about, but that does not need to mean you need to start participating in it. When you're 18, you can make that decision. But when you're under my house, that's not happening. You can do it outside my house, but not in my house. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be that kind of person.
I saw a video like that on TikTok where the mom was like, yeah, like I put my daughter on birth control. And she's like, and her boyfriend came over here one day. The girl's in high school. She was like, and she went to the room and closed the door. She was like, no. She was like, I had to sneak around to have sex. She's like, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. But you're not going to do it when I'm downstairs cooking. She was like, I put you in a position to protect yourself in that. But you need to sneak around. Like, don't be doing that shit in my house when I'm there. Like, sneak around a little bit.
I don't know. Like, I'm honestly,
So I do.
When I become a parent, I can give a proper answer because I don't know. I just feel like even a kid in high school birth, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's too soon. Like,
but I feel like a lot of that wasn't a thing.
I mean, a lot of my like Caucasian friends were on birth control early.
That was definitely
but a lot of my like, you know,
I do
people
think
of
that
color parents did not tolerate that.
I do think it's important to allow like a safe space for your children to be able to talk about those things, but yeah, nah. Like, it's not gonna be a thing where I'm like, okay, yeah, let me tell you about sex. Now you can go have it.
Yeah, like,
no,
let me
like
give you the blueprint.
I'm gonna really, because the thing is, whenever I have children, y'all gonna really come to me and want to talk to me about it. But I'm gonna give you the real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you about the things that come with sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it's actually important to have those conversations
Yeah.
with people because people don't know. Like children do not know. Like children just think, oh, it's just sex. But like, no, let me tell you about STDs.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about pregnancy. Let me tell you about like there's so many other things that can go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like girls be having sex so young and they don't even know they don't know nothing about their pH. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no, because I mean that's true. Because I do think it's very important to have these discussions with younger adults or kids. Not kid. I mean, we had the movie in 5th grade, but I'm just saying. Me growing up, my mom and dad did not talk to us about sex. That was taboo. Okay, I didn't really learn about sex until like college. You know what I mean? And like that's like, wow, you're 18, 19, you're an adult now. So I feel like it's important to have these discussions, but I don't know about the other stuff.
No.
I don't know. Allowing your
that.
kid to be grown in your house.
It's
So
like
we
that.
both gonna be having sex in here. No, ma'am.
It's like that TikTok audio where it's like, I can suck a mean dick. And they be recording that with their mama. I'm like, I'm never going to play that audio next
That
to my
could not
mama.
happen. Like, I
are you
respect
kidding me?
myself.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't
The
know.
jokes are just not joking anymore. It's like, this is borderline disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, I think different dynamic
Mhm.
work because I know some people who used to smoke with their parents.
yeah, I know people. I did know people
Like,
that
you
smoked with
know,
their
but then
parents.
how do you all of a sudden say this is not as bad as the other? Like,
You know, it's and like, I kind of appreciate that with my parents. Like, they never blurred the line. Like, look, because like, yeah, at the end of the day, respect. You got to know who you respect here. You can't, Because the moment you
Yeah.
start
Next
kicking
thing you
it,
know.
drinking with your kid, what up,
mhm.
dog?
You got a Georgia and Jenny situation.
I
Oh
don't
my
watch
gosh,
that
don't
show.
even bring her up. I hate that little girl.
But they wasn't smoking together. Oh, they drank together though.
Yeah, I mean,
And
just
I,
as
and
far
I
as
have
just being a
friends that parents
spoiled
did that.
brat.
I'm like,
She smoked with her boyfriend.
Not her mama though.
No, the mom smoked with the boyfriend.
Huh?
Yeah.
that's
my God.
I thought she put the cigarette
awkward.
No,
thought she put it out.
y'all didn't watch then y'all didn't finish
I be in my
second season.
I did, but I be in my phone a lot when I watch
Okay,
series.
yeah.
That's
It's
the
very
problem.
easy to, especially
Yeah.
with that stupid ass show.
No, I did want to touch base on like, I actually just discovered Olivia's song and like the Illuminati stuff
Oh.
that she was talking about and discussing. Have y'all heard about it? Did y'all read up on it?
Mm-hmm.
How do y'all feel about it? Because I mean, I kind of respect what she's doing. However, I am scared for her. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am, because the industry, when people start trying to go against and reveal things, you either disappear or you're crazy.
When she supposed to say
You
in
know?
Drake's murderous ass, I'm like, sis, you sure you want to post?
But somebody posted something that Drake was like, "It's too late. Don't even worry about taking it down. Like you said what you shouldn't have said, and so I'm coming for you."
So Drake
We
is
coming for
making
you.
threats like that openly?
That's my man. Not too much.
Is this a new
Is it
thing
your-
for you?
I'm just
'Cause
saying, like,
he's-
is that normal?
For Drake, yes. For Drake, yes. I would say as far as Olivia's song, like, yeah, she's really, if y'all want to, it's Olivia's song, y'all go on Instagram and see her story, like, she's exposing, like, the industry.
And
She's-
Olivia Song is a
Celebrity makeup
a celebrity
artist.
makeup artist.
And she said that she's leaving it because it's demonic and satanic and everybody worships Satan and it's full of Illuminati. Now, granted, some people do allegedly say that she does suffer from mental illness and this could be like a schizophrenic break or whatever, or bipolar or something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's calling out a lot of people. I will say, and this does bring to the forefront what a lot of people have been talking about, because I think Alexis Sky kind of went through the same
Yeah.
spiritual journey, and people are saying like, "Oh, I hate when people like start worshiping God or start praying, and all of a sudden it's like they just OD with it and they just do this and they just go overboard, and it's like they're trying to like shove it down our throat."
I'm talking about Ari.
Hmm?
Ari's tweet.
Okay, yeah, she said that,
Oh,
and then I guess BD Trail, whatever, he said it as well, and a couple people have been talking about it too. But to that, my response to that is just like, it's so crazy because I feel like when it comes to Christians, like Christians are supposed to be like quote unquote judgmental, but I feel like people judge Christians the hardest, because if you think about it, like if somebody decides today like they want to be like on OnlyFans or they get a BBL, they're gonna post ass all day. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be an
Mhm.
issue. But as soon as somebody decides, okay, I'm on a spiritual journey and I want to just like post about God all day, all of a sudden it's like y'all have an issue with that, and it's like that's OD, and it's like, why does that have to be OD? If you don't no longer fuck with the content, just unfollow. But allow people to grow, allow people to change.
Yeah, people are allowed to change.
People are allowed to change. Like, like there's some people who, again, like Katy Perry, she was a gospel singer and she
Mhm.
stopped doing gospel and she decided that she wanted to do pop. That wasn't a big deal. I mean, for some people, I think it was, but at the same time, she's allowed to grow and she's allowed to change.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I I am scared for Olivia, but at the same I don't know what else to say. I am scared for her. I really am. But at the same time, I don't think she's lying.
Not because she
I
posted
don't-
that thing about Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, I don't think she's lying at all.
And guys, like, please, like, stop acting as if y'all weren't on YouTube researching these things back in 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
We know what they say about Bone Thugs and Harmony's backwards album.
my
Why are
God.
we acting crazy? Baphomet. Why are we acting like we don't know?
The single
Okay,
ladies music
thank
video
you.
backwards.
Oh,
Like,
my
y'all,
gosh.
stop acting like this is new news.
Yeah,
She's the only one that's been bold enough to go on a platform and now expose.
and you know, honestly, sometimes everyone's spiritual journey is different.
Absolutely.
And I think it can be hard to handle when you go from such like polar opposite lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like more so. I don't know about Olivia's song, but more so like in Alexis Sky's life. You have to understand, like, for how many years she's been
Mm-hmm.
in this like industry, and you know,
Oh yeah, that's another one.
that's what I'm saying. Like, she's been in this industry. She's doing
Opposite a lot.
things just doing complete opposite things of, you know, than what her what a Christian life would be. And now that she's being, you know, going on that walk,
Mm-hmm.
it can be a lot, you know?
Yeah.
But I will say now,
You don't think it's real?
y'all know the rumors about Ashake? I find it really interesting that she linked with Ashake one time and said, actually,
Yoga.
I'm going to give my life to
It's
God.
I know, right? It was.
What's
It
the
was.
rumor?
The rumors is a lot of people say like Ashake sold his soul to the devil,
Uh-huh.
and they're starting to like find all these like links of
Oh,
like Satanism in
his
his
new
music.
song.
No, even before that, they were like finding a lot of stuff in his music videos and said like, oh, this is the moment he had to do to like for his life to take up. I don't even know if I really like.
Mm.
I haven't really. I feel like they say that about everybody. I'm not gonna lie. So sometimes it's really hard to take it seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody can like rise to fame without an Illuminati like rumor
Right.
allegation. But I just thought it was really weird that Alexis Sky and Ashake were rumored to be dating, and literally the next week she's like, actually no, I'm gonna give my life out to God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this saw something.
That's what I'm saying. She did.
She saw something she could not unsee and said, you know what? Actually, I'm going to choose Jesus Christ because I'm not going where you going. I refuse.
Try to do rituals. She's like,
Yeah, she said,
actually.
He said,
no.
yada, yada. I'm crying.
Okay, guys, so we're going to transition into the topic. And one thing that's been on my mind, I've been wondering, like, what has been, like, some, like, pick-me takes that y'all have heard lately that has been kind of a little problematic, ruffled some feathers, stirred up some conversation, maybe some fire-ups.
I don't like when people use the whole if he wanted to, he would.
You know what's
Mm.
crazy?
I don't like that.
You don't?
Yeah, because I don't believe that either.
I mean, because there's a lot of time I want to and I don't.
And I don't.
No, see?
so, like,
You have to read the room.
No, that's actually
You
so
have to
I mean,
real.
I
That's
do,
actually so
I do
real.
agree with it, but there's so many times that I want to do something and I hold back from doing
Yeah.
it. So it's like, dang, like, can I not give that person grace? Like, maybe he wants to, but he's a little nervous, or maybe he has something going on. So I'm like, I can be like, oh, if he wanted to, he would. And it's like,
But
sometimes you have to.
that's
It,
true.
it comes along with also teaching somebody how you want to be
Yeah.
treated. So it's
Communication.
like, oh, if he wants to, he would. That's just
Yeah.
but I think that's not always the case.
That's
Don't
not-
kill me for saying
So
that
it's
though.
not always
Some people
okay.
want to and don't. I get it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to agree with the pick-me's on this one.
Ooh.
That's okay.
All right.
And I only say that because how many chances are you going to give somebody to follow through? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that we just continue to give all these chances out, and it's literally like, no, honestly, if they wanted to, they would. Like, if they really want to be with you, they are
I
going to
don't-
be with you. If they really want to make you happy, they are going to do things to make you happy. And that's just how I feel. Because from my past experiences,
Mhm.
I giving these people grace, and where's that got me?
See,
I mean, I definitely agree with if he wanted to, he would. I agree. But I think there are certain circumstances about that saying that I don't feel like hold true. Like, I don't think it can be 100% if he wanted to, he would. I do think there are certain circumstances. Nothing's coming to my mind right now, so don't kill me.
But are you
where-
basing it off? Did you see that video like of a woman, and she was saying like, if he was going to text you back, he would. If he was going to take you out on a date, he would. If he was going to like introduce you to his family, he would have already. If he was going to marry you, he would have already. Have you seen that?
I've seen that
I
woman.
haven't.
She's all over TikTok, and I'm not gonna lie, she's a pick me, and I don't subscribe to her content
Shay.
because it's just a lot. Because it's like I'm not gonna. It's like it's low key like, dang girl, like that's a case by case situation. Like not everybody can apply their love life to that. What you're saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I personally, I don't know. Like,
I guess
I agree with you. I don't really believe in that statement. I'm not gonna.
I mean,
lie.
I do and I don't at the same time.
I was gonna say when you
don't know.
first
I can't
said
think
it-
of an example of to justify my point, but
Some people just don't know how to date. Some people don't even know how to like, take go to the next level. Like some
Yeah.
people have never had to. You may be their first experience, so they're learning. So I
guess-
can't say like if you wanted to, you would. Sometimes people don't know,
But
but they want to, but they don't know how to do it.
Which is true. And that's why when I first heard if you wanted to it, I'm not gonna lie, I was a believer of it. But when you said sometimes I don't, and I agree, because there's a lot of times where like it may be something that the other person wants. And maybe I don't know that you want that. So I don't even know to want it at that moment. So
Yeah.
like you said, like how girls be like dropping bones, like, oh, buy me flowers, buy me flowers. I think at some point, sometimes a guy doesn't want to buy you flowers. He just doesn't have the desire to buy you those flowers at the moment because he doesn't know something that you want. He wants to make you happy. He just doesn't know that flowers make you happy.
Yeah.
Once he realizes that flowers make you happy, then he's gonna want to buy you flowers. You know what I mean? So I think it's like as communication is introduced into a relationship, then after you introduce that and he still doesn't, then it's like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But initially it's kind of hard to just be like,
Yeah.
I think for me, even when I think of like when I was like sometimes I want to and I don't. I think for me it's more of like a pride issue, and I've had to tell myself like if this is what you want, girl, then you're gonna have to get over this, So that's why I feel like if I can feel that way when it comes to doing certain things, like who am I gonna say that same man is not above that same feeling to have? Like, oh, I may want to do this, but I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Like, can I? Oh,
Sounds
actually,
like a pass.
okay. Like, hold on, because I'm gonna give y'all an
Nikki said,
example.
I said what I said.
Let me give you an example. Does it apply? I remember like me and someone had a conversation like way back in the gap, and they were like confused. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know you felt all this way. Why did you not just say it and do it?" And I'm like, "You're right. If I really wanted this, I would have said all this and it would have happened." So, but it's like, dang. Sometimes like you be scared to make a move, and it's like you don't want to be embarrassed. Like, because one thing about men, sometimes they don't mean to embarrass you, but once you embarrass someone, like it's hard to activate that feeling again. Because it's like, dang, like. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get embarrassed by that stuff anymore. If I like you and I want to talk to you, I'm speaking up.
Back in the day. Now, look, I don't
okay.
give a fuck. But I'm just saying, like, I can see why someone will be hesitant to do after they feel like they face a little bit of rejection in something, or they're just scared. Trying to read the room and can't really read it. So.
But there definitely is like a certain amount of time that passes where it's like,
Yeah.
at this
If
point,
he
if
wanted
he wanted to,
he
Oh, for
would.
sure.
Oh my
When the
God.
disrespect is slapping you in your face, you know,
Joy,
like
Joy.
you know when you're getting slapped.
Let's not do
I'm
this.
Yeah.
sorry,
now.
you
Let's
know
not
when you
do
get
this.
slapped.
Let's not.
your cheeks start stinging like shit.
Look.
When the disrespect is like,
He's like, he must have warmed it up first.
finish her. Finish her. It's like, what?
My latest pick me take that I've been hearing is, what kind of man do y'all date?
A man.
I
What
think
kind of man you date asking me?
I-
No man.
I have
Shit.
heard this more and more from like so many women
I
trying to
read
like
it, yeah.
Shame.
justify.
Or trying to be an ally.
Yeah, like trying to like give a bone to like the
It's-
black man
yeah.
or to the man in general. They're like, oh well, men, men, they really want women who are submissive, and they want women who, what were they even saying, y'all? It was just like, but really, it's just them saying like, what kind of men do y'all date? And I feel like it's a way of them telling us like,
Like I'm dating
you
low
date
said,
low
quality.
like,
caliber.
yeah.
You
So they're
date low
trying to shame
caliber.
us.
Yeah, like you
Okay.
date low
Jory,
caliber
that is the-
men.
But my thing is like,
motive.
I don't like those comments because it's like, bitch, you've been played before at some point. Like
You're
what
probably still
we're
getting
talking
played.
about isn't fucking foreign
Thank
knowledge,
you.
and you're acting like you're
It's not
so
rocket
above
science.
it. And if you personally have an experience, your mama, somebody around you has, so quit acting
And it's
dense.
like my
Not your
problem with
mama.
girls like that.
Yes.
It's like you go out your way not to act like you ain't down with something. It's really weird. Like y'all be pro women, but don't be pro woman when it's time to be pro woman. Stop it. Like
We literally be
it's
missing
crazy.
the entire point.
What kind of man do you date, girl? The same one that played you yesterday, the same one you had to leave, that walked away from you and did all this extra shit. That man too. So why are you acting as if you can't relate?
And
Like,
I know you see people who are
shit.
commenting who are in agreement with us. So my take
Thank
is not
you.
an anomaly.
foreign.
Like
Yeah.
clearly people also agree with me. So clearly that says something about the dating pool and not
No.
necessarily about the men I'm dating.
No, you're just trying to come up
Shady.
in the comments and stand out. Girl, you're not. You're not standing
Because the
out.
men,
Really?
I love your take,
Yes,
queen.
I love your
What?
take, queen.
I'm like, oh,
Okay.
that's what you were looking for. That like, okay.
Yeah, so
Log out.
That's
Delete
been a
comment.
that's
and
been a
thread.
that's been a really big pick me take that I'm just like, I'm not here for. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, if you're trying to make yourself feel like better than me, but you're not, because you don't think you're being played, but you probably are. And that's
You
the
are
that's
actually.
the
you.
difference between you and I. I know when I'm being played.
and you don't. That's
And
why you
you
have the
don't.
audacity to form your fingers and type that nonsense. Get away.
That's the difference between you and I. I know when I'm getting played.
Y'all
You
know
don't.
what pick me
Shit.
really like gives me the ick? Men on TikTok who like post like a picture or a video of them be like, oh, I wish I had a woman in my. That gives me such cringe
I wish
because
I had a woman in my
like they pretty much be like, I'm
The male
a
pick-me's.
good dude. I wish I had a girl who could love me. I'm so and then all the women in the comments drooling, King, slide in my
okay,
messages.
wait.
I could be. That to me is so
Oh,
gross because
okay.
as a man, you're begging.
Wait. I've been one
No.
of those comments. You know,
Stand
no,
up.
No, chill.
Rise.
You
Rise.
see, like, look, y'all, we can do this with Instagram. TikTok is a safe space. Like, chill out. Like,
So
you're
you
not
are in the
handsome, man.
comments
Like,
with
oh, you're
other
handsome.
that is fine. I'll comment and be like something, but
Yeah, something, huh?
maybe some flames or something. But like, I'm not gonna comment. My DMs are open. When are you coming home to me?
Oh,
Huh?
that's a lot.
And
I would
there's-
never.
5,000 other women in the comments saying the same thing. So you're begging for attention.
No.
You begging for attention is an ick for me. Like I don't like it. Why you need so much attention,
No,
Becky?
Men
Yana?
have like, it's actually scary. Like, it's like men don't even know that like nothing.
Men
you
know.
know, okay,
I
no.
don't want to say something and then get dragged.
So,
I'm sorry.
to be
Let's
honest with
recant
you,
my statement.
I think it is like weird that like 5,000 women would comment on one picture, but that also should show us that like what the dating pool's like. We really do not have enough
Nothing.
quality
Nothing's
men.
out here.
I don't
And
even think so. I feel like some women are just taking the bait, and y'all need to just stop. Because like
yeah.
even some
Looking
guy
for a quick
made
come up.
a whole video, and he was like, "This is why I don't date black women. I went on a date with a black." And the story
Was that the
sounded
white man?
completely fictional. He was a white man. It sounded completely fictional. I'm like, I don't believe this story at all. I went on a date.
A white man said why he doesn't date black
Yeah, he
women?
said I went on a date with a black woman.
No, it's like,
and
is that even your conversation?
I never got to see the video
said
because he deleted it.
Yeah, he said a black man came and was like, giving him dirty looks, and he said this all this stupid story was happening, right? And she did something. This black woman came in the comments and said, "Please don't give him on us." The way
Oh no.
bro, I wish I could like materialize into like a
the
text.
bar is nowhere to be
Oh.
found because we're now begging Caucasian.
I want to teleport into every
And there's
household.
nothing wrong with that. Y'all, I have nothing against her.
It's not
Like,
even
for
about
real. I'm just
begging.
saying.
What do you mean? Don't give up if you must. If you
Get
must.
up on us.
What are you talking about?
That's when you go and thumbs down the comment. Cause no.
Bro, I was
Oh,
Don't
one
give
really
up on
said
us.
that?
I
Don't
was,
give up
and it
on
wasn't just one. The comments was
Oh
filled of
my
black women
gosh.
begging. No, I know what
For
you're
an
going
average
through.
looking man who was bald, please.
Stay by your queen. Don't fold. I was like,
Don't
are you serious?
fold.
Like, this story is clearly fictional. This did not happen. If a man goes
Well,
on a date
that
with
should
one
tell
black
y'all
woman
something.
and is
That
using
should
that as
tell
an
y'all
excuse to not date black women ever again, then let him have
But
it.
honestly, I feel like his video in a sense was a lot, but it also was picking me because he wanted black women to come.
yeah.
That's why
like, that
people
was
be
the whole point.
garnering
Yeah.
attention, and it's like, why? You can't go about it just regular. You have to beg for it.
No, that's why
Thank
I
you.
saw a video that was like, normalize humbling people when they fish for compliments. Oh my gosh, my nose so ugly. It is. Agree with them.
is.
Stop gassing them up because they know why they made that video, just to fish for compliments.
Y'all can't
No,
do that.
actually,
because
no,
y'all
I
you
have
went on
to agree.
TikTok.
You're not Nikki.
I have to agree because there'll be some people like, damn,
It's getting
like,
out of hand.
I look a little fat. I'm like, okay, you are. Because what's
Lose
going on?
some,
You
lose
want us
some,
to
bitch.
say
Like,
body,
no.
yada, yada. You want us to say that? No, you are. You are. Delete the picture.
Yeah.
Thank you. Move. Like, what are we doing? Y'all,
People
we're-
want to feel
no,
good
this
about
world
themselves.
is crazy. This world is crazy now. We are now begging people to compliment us.
But what if they're
If no
going
one
through
wants to
a hard
compliment you, they just
time?
don't want to compliment you, baby. Keep it moving.
But not even just that. Like, don't be relying on outside
Damn.
confirmation to make you feel okay.
So
Yeah,
because
like,
the moment that,
yeah.
and that's the problem with it, they want validation from the outside world. So you're hopping online and saying you're this and that because you want to hear that, but you need to heal. Like, you need to
Dang.
wake up on your own and feel like I'm that bitch.
Like
Can't no
this-
comment all of a sudden make me think I'm a bad bitch.
But it's not even that. It's not even the people who you can tell who really need the validation. It's people who are already full of themselves and know that this is like, they're already like have the aesthetic. Maybe they pick an outfit that they know is bomb as fuck, hop on like, I don't know about this outfit. I want to change. I felt so out of place today. I felt so underdressed. What? Your outfit is perfect. What are you talking? It's like, y'all, she knows.
Yeah, she just wanted you to say
She
that.
wants engagement. She wants clicks. And you're giving it to her.
What's the next one?
Another one too. I've seen the comments too. Stop entertaining the guy. Like, stop texting the guy you're not interested in. Like, y'all entertaining men you're not interested in. That's why we're single.
I'm not.
How true is that? It's not true for me. Listen, I ain't texting you if I don't like you. So it don't get far. No.
I mean, how do you know if you don't like someone if you don't text them?
I know. You know what's crazy? I know.
How do you? That's the thing.
I don't
really
need a text message to prove.
I really not even just text them, but how do you really know if you don't like them at all? If you really don't get to know them, and so that's why sometimes I do give people chances because you just don't know. Like, because I'm so used to going for like this type. That type hasn't worked out, so maybe I need to go for people that might not be my regular type.
But true, it has to the vibe, the energy, and if it ain't clicking, like, it's okay. I'm not tripping. Like,
I think
I don't have to get to know everyone.
I feel like that take is more so like you've attempted to talk to somebody, you realize they're not for you, but because you're bored, you
keep talking
continue
to
to keep that line of communication open. I think that's where the problem
And
comes.
so that's my business.
I realize only reason why I had to stop doing that, because like texting people out of boreldom, like you can get caught up in some shit. Like, you bored, just go do something.
On top of that, it's a little mean. And I did see like a video on that where someone was like, you know, Seth that's in your DMs who you don't really fuck with like that, but every time you get bored, you send him a text back, and he low-key gives you the ick, but you only text him when like you feel like you need some entertainment. You know, that guy who's not texting you back, you're his Seth. I was just like, and she's like, I'm telling you that so you get the ick from yourself and stop texting him back. And I'm like,
yeah.
Ooh, that's low-key true, because like what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So we can't get mad at guys for doing it and leading us on and doing things like that, and then turn around and do it to other people. And as soon as we lower our tolerance for doing it to other people, we're gonna start being more cognizant of when it's happening to us. I feel like.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So I have to side with the pick-me's in that. Let's stop leading guys on. Let them find their queen.
Just stop engaging in things that you're not interested in just because you're bored.
I don't know. Maybe it's, for me, sometimes I don't even think it's leading them on, because y'all can't tell me there hasn't been someone who's like blindsiding you from actually being able to find the potential in that other person. Like, and it might be the person who's blindsiding you who's like completely wrong for you, but you're so interested in them that you're not able to see that this other person that's right here in your life is actually meant for you.
You know what you're justifying? Putting somebody on ice.
I mean, if they allow themselves to be on ice,
that's leading somebody.
Have you ever been put on ice for somebody? Did you allow it, or did you just not realize that he had somebody else? And that's why he was slow to text. I mean,
look, I wasn't looking at the warning signs.
Yeah,
the red flags.
Girl, red flag. Look. Oh, let's just chill on this.
Y'all see, I'm quiet.
You know,
it's okay. I mean, I kind of talked about the Petty Chronicle, but the pick-me take is like when they say after the first date you should cook, or like after the first few dates you should like cook. And you know how some people say, "Oh, I'm not cooking for him unless he's my husband or unless I'm my wife." People are saying now, like, no, you have to practice that.
And okay, my thing is, y'all, like, why are y'all mad at people for like being traditional? I'm not cooking for every man. I'm not. No. That's one thing I like was taught. Like, only a special man should know how your pot tastes. Yo, man.
So you can steal my grandma recipe?
It's like, cause I listen to some women like, oh no, I made him. I'm like, how are you? Like, how? Like, to me, like, if I cook for you, that means like, wow, like I see the world in you. Like, oh my gosh, like this is a first. I can't. No, I don't know.
What do they say? The way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just can't.
Really
I don't think I can just be cooking for any man just because he's hungry.
Who you sided with, Nikki, then?
Nikki's with the pick-me's.
No. Okay, so no. I do not. I don't think that.
You were.
Right?
You was a little quiet. How you play with your cue card? Like, what's up?
No, I don't think that you should be cooking like after the first few dates, but
Cooking at all.
eventually it's like,
No.
is that all you do is eat out?
it's
Like,
not
you know, like I feel like some people can look at you and be like, dang, do you actually cook?
And that shouldn't be a question for you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What?
I mean, I do cook, but that doesn't mean I'm obligated to
You?
cook for you.
No, of course
Like,
not.
I cook. I'm not cooking for you.
Period.
Like,
Like until you,
I'm not going out of my way to do
establish
that.
what this is
Like,
first before you get those extra treats.
Because groceries are high. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
So, y'all,
I'm cooking for
so
me.
at what point are y'all doing things for men?
I do it, but damn,
Listen,
after the first
Listen,
link,
I already told you. Like,
after the
first
first
of all,
link,
wait,
it's a
Jori,
no.
pause. Wait, Nikki, that question though.
I mean,
When
it
do
was
you?
a-
When
When do
like,
you?
no,
When do
you
you?
sound like that one girl. What kind of men do you like?
Literally. You just
And
pulled that in the
Nikki,
reverse.
You're giving
So when?
pick me vibes. This episode,
So when
and
do
I'm
you
not
cook?
liking it.
No, yeah.
When do you cook
When do
for a
you
man?
cook, Nikki?
What's an appropriate time to start
Yeah,
doing something?
tell
Yeah.
us.
When he's my
we-
boyfriend.
Oh,
So why are you asking us about y'all?
But this is why I'm asking, like, what if he's my boyfriend in a month? Then I'm cooking in a month. If he's my boyfriend
Okay,
in
so
6 months, then I'm cooking in 6 months. It's
I mean,
not like
if that's your standard, then that makes sense.
yeah, but I'm
I
just
feel you for
asking, like,
saving yourself in this conversation.
no, I'm really asking.
Okay.
I'm really trying to gauge
I feel
what
you.
y'all's time frame is,
I don't have a time frame
because I don't know, like sometimes like y'all act like cooking is like pulling teeth. Like
it's not. No. Whoa. See,
Hey,
once
hey
again, you're towing that line of pick me shillings. Like, chill out. What I'm saying
I
is,
don't
when
know,
I
like-
cook for a man, like,
he's not asking you to do a handstand.
not-
Like it's just like,
chill-
oh, okay,
no.
if you made food and there's
can I
extra,
talk to
then he
you?
eats
Like,
it.
pause. Okay, because type of man I talk, like, they want us to make some extravagant dishes that, you know, for example, a goosey soup. That is
first
not
of all-
something you pull out of the fridge and just whip up in 1 hour.
You gonna
There's
have to get
prep
that.
time. That's in marriage, boy.
Yeah, that's after the banku because
Like, cause like
of
what?
Lucy.
Like it'd be different. You want chicken Alfredo? I'll whip that up with you real quick. But the type of men I like, they don't eat those local dishes.
Yeah.
So to me, if you want me to exercise my Nigerian skills in the kitchen, hey, look,
So
So for
I think-
me-
right
what-
price.
when would you say your appropriate time to start cooking for a man is?
Honestly, like, I mean, I can only speak from experience, and it took like. And guys, before I answer this question, I don't want to hear not one peep in the comments about what I said. It took about 3 years.
Jori?
Yeah, it took about 3 years.
I don't know. I know I cook mine. I had a boyfriend, but
Yeah.
if you ask me anything like leading up to that, I couldn't tell you. But I can tell you right now.
Yeah,
if
now-
you come around asking for a meal off top,
not
you give
getting
me the ick,
one.
and now you're not getting it because why are you begging? Because it's definitely giving to me. You're trying to see if I know how to cook,
No,
and I'm not here for the
and-
games and the tests. Like
and-
clearly, I'm a grown woman. I
Thank
have
you.
to feed myself,
Thank you.
so I know how to cook.
Yes.
I
But
don't
you know how to
know.
cook, but you may not be able to know how to cook to his standard.
And
And I'm
okay,
not
and,
sure-
and,
and don't-
and that's not
Michelle,
and that's nothing
Jori
towards
and Michelle, y'all,
But
stand in this conversation.
but it-
Nikki's attacking y'all.
No, and that's and if
And I'm
you
not-
don't want to talk to me because I don't cook to your standards, then the moment I decide not to cook for you, then leave me.
Literally.
At that point, if that is a deal breaker, you
And it's-
go.
It's too easy.
Because I'm not
It's
auditioning
too
for that.
easy.
I'm not doing that.
Because now where I'm at my big age, like I'm just not. Listen, like there's so many things I got to tackle with you before cooking meals. Okay, you know your character.
But this is
all
okay. This
that,
is my
chill.
question though. But what if that's something that's important to him? And
Cool.
And if he communicates
Cool.
that, we can work
Yeah,
through that.
we can.
exactly. But I'm not
Because
saying
I feel like, honestly, for me, I date a lot of niggas who cook themselves.
Yeah.
So to me, it's
Yeah.
never really been an
It's
issue
not
of
a
like,
big
when are you
thing.
gonna cook for me? Because he likes to cook himself.
Yeah.
And that alleviates me.
And you know what, Jori? And honestly, to speak to Jori, that's the thing. I only talk to men that know how to cook. They know how to cook. It's not someone that don't know nothing in the kitchen. So it's hard for me to kind of really answer because it's like, no matter what, some gonna be prepared. May not
and
be
I'm
me.
not saying
So
and I'm not saying like to go out and make these extravagant meals, but if someone's like, "Oh, you cook, like, can I have some?" Like, yeah, if I already cooked, then it's not a big deal for me to
heavy
bring
on
a
if
plate.
I already cooked, but I will
Yeah,
not
but-
walk in my kitchen and now prepare Salisbury steak for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
No.
if you're not my man, that's a little. I
Yeah,
don't
like
know,
if we're in the talking stage, like getting to know, you need to get to know me a
No,
little
of
bit
course
more.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Then Nikki, you know what?
I told y'all what my standard. It was
Right.
for my
I mean,
boyfriend.
no,
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
I guess for me, now that you say it doesn't be extravagant meal, I mean, I'm not against cooking. I'm not gonna lie to you because if you catch me in a good moment and I'm in a safe spot and
You're
I'm
fried
hungry
chicken.
and I don't feel like cooking, I mean, I don't even mind cooking for my friends. I don't mind cooking. Period. If I'm cooking year round, I'm cooking for myself.
Yep.
I need to make an extra plate. Yeah, but if you requesting a dish for me
Yeah.
to cook,
That's different.
that's gonna take
Yeah.
time.
That's
That-
I think that's what a
the
lot of women
point,
are honing
yeah,
in
that we were
on.
all
You
trying to make.
requesting
Yeah.
a meal. See,
Mhm.
that's no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think any of us like if we're at home cooking a meal and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, he comes over. Yeah, I don't mind.
You gonna
fixing
eat
your
well
plate.
because
plate.
I was
Exactly.
but
But if you
on
say
your
we text
request.
talking about you want oxtails, macaroni and cheese and cabbage on Friday.
And it's crazy. I know people that do it. You know, let me shut up.
I mean, my thing is,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't know. Are you Jamaican? Like, I don't know if I'll be able to cook oxtail CL standard. So that may make me a little nervous. And I may want to be like, let me make sure we locked in before he starts telling everybody I can't cook.
Right.
Yeah,
Because people make oxtails
like,
very
it just,
differently.
I don't
But
know.
I feel like men are kind of like, well, the men I've dated have been understanding, like in the sense of like, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yes, true.
I feel like they've been very understanding, and I feel like there's some men that are super critical who don't even cook themselves. Be like, I didn't like the way she cooked. You don't cook yourself.
I don't know. I had one guy that was really big on that, and it was because he was a mama's boy. Honestly, he was a mama's boy, so like his mom literally like always cooked for him, and so he was like, well, if I'm gonna end up with somebody, they're gonna have to always cook for me.
Yeah, and that's
and
if a man doesn't know how to cook, that's a turn off for me.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to cook, yeah.
At all? At this
Because
grown
I
age?
think about things
You
like
have to
this,
know
like
something.
if I'm not around, who's gonna feed our kids?
I mean,
But maybe now we just know how to cook.
recently.
I don't even know.
No.
Like
Michelle-
a man that doesn't know how to cook is not that big of a deal
it's
to
not
me.
a big deal to me either. I don't know.
You
Even
don't
though
have
my
to
dad
be
knows
a
I feel like you should be able to make simple, like staple
Yes.
things.
Some people
but
don't know their way around the
but
kitchen
at the same
all.
time, like I'm not expecting you to come in here with and chop up 20 ingredients. I'm just
No, I'm
not.
just saying, like that's just my preference, guy. I prefer to not be with a man who doesn't know how to cook. I need to know that my kids will have food in their mouths when I'm not around, and I don't have to depend on a nanny. Even though I could, going off your statement, but it's like
Because I definitely
I
dated
want
somebody who
someone who knows how to cook.
he said he was making something, and I said, "Let me see that," because I could see it in the background. And I said, "If you eat that chicken, you are going to die. Like this is
It's
not
so pink.
negotiable." It was not done. I'm like, you can't even like cooking.
See what I'm saying?
Cooking chicken on the stove. A lot of y'all, and I'm not even like trying to like sound like a pick me.
Yeah.
But if you're not really like well versed in the kitchen like that, your chicken needs to be going in the oven. Even the air fryer is like, no, put your chicken in the oven and just let it cook inside there. Trying to cook chicken on the stove and water, all of these things, very questionable. Chicken is the easiest thing to get food poisoning off of. So I was looking at that. I was like, I don't even know what that's going to end up being, but just putting a bunch of chicken in the pot on the stove, you're going to die. And I judged him after that, and he still ate it. He lived, but barely.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, it didn't give me the ick. I was just like, I don't know, guys. I feel like most men don't really know how to cook. Like,
I
really.
agree.
They could maybe warm up some ramen and some TV dinners, but throwing down and making a full course meal, that's, I don't know, rare. No, it's like
everyone I talk to knows how to cook.
Same.
You know
It's
what?
Cook.
Like, yeah,
And I
like,
love that.
Right? It's like,
But that makes sense. Well, you know what? Maybe that's why like y'all have the views as far as cooking, because it's like, if a guy knows how to cook, very rarely is he going to demand a woman cook for
Yeah.
him. In fact, guys be trying to like flex that. So if
Yeah,
anything,
they'll
they'll
cook
be
for
like,
you.
"Oh, I cooked.
No,
Come over." You know what I mean?
won't forget, like, oh God, y'all, like my prime days, okay? So I remember I was talking to someone, right?
And
And
a Prime.
I'm
Are you Amazon Prime?
chill out. It was just during my like, wow. Okay, so I was talking to a guy and like he was just like, oh, he asked me like, come over, I want to cook dinner for you, y'all. I was like, okay, cool. And I expected like, okay, let me go ahead and put on like different clothes. I'm about to start cooking. Y'all, he told me to walk in and sit down and like, y'all, I watched him whip up rice and stew from scratch. And I was like, I can help. He's like, no. Y'all, it was so, I was like, it turned me on. Cause I was just like, damn, like, I've never had a man just like,
Not rice and stew.
girl.
turning you
And it
on.
was, I mean, it's, like I said, a man that knows how to cook turns me on. Cause it's
Yeah.
like, that's
It's
you
a big
dominating the
deal.
kitchen. Like, I don't have to do anything. Y'all, get you one. Get you one of these. Chicken salad.
Get you one of these. Okay. I'm trying to,
Literally. Or, okay, what about,
I was gonna say if the idea that if you suggest a date, then you're in charge of paying for it.
What?
okay,
Like for instance,
speak to that.
say like
No, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
No. Okay, Tom. Okay.
You mean like
if you suggest a date, you pay for it?
It's not
Since
about
when?
paying.
A lot of people believe that.
Yeah, like there's some people like, for example, like, oh, like you want to go to like, for example, main event. Okay, cool. I already got like the stuff for it. Oh, but then afterwards, like the man is paying for all the dinner and everything else y'all do after that. But you fronted the game.
I'll be honest with you, no, because men already lack planning skills. So usually I'm the one who's coming up with the things to do. Like
Okay.
I'm like, because I'm the one who's like on Instagram, on whatever, like looking at these new places that are coming out. So you can't ask me to, what do you want to do tonight? And now you expect me to pay for it.
Well, it's not even like that. It's just
Well, not so much that. Okay, because that's different. Because in that in that situation, I think he's suggesting a date and you're helping him like figure out where to go to. I think it's more in a sense of you hit someone up and say, hey, what are you doing Saturday? This new restaurant opened up and I would like to go. And he agrees, and then he gets there and he's like, okay, am I paying for you?
Wait a minute, pause. Okay, what kind of I feel your face, Jori. What kind of man is this? Like, is it like a homeboy?
I mean,
a guy?
I think it depends on like
Ooh.
what you're looking for, because I've definitely have planned an entire date and it was my intention to treat him that night, and I paid for it because I wanted to take him out. I was somebody I was seriously dating, because every other day he paid for it.
Yeah, and
so
true.
But I also feel like there's things that I've said, hey, I think we should do this, and when we got there he paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's fine.
But
So
I'm just saying, like, sorry, because I want to understand your scenario. Who is this person? You called them.
Maybe he didn't really say it, but it was
the dinner, and then now it's time to pay in Dutch.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
That's
I don't
what I'm
think-
saying.
but my thing is, if we're dating and we're gonna split it, it goes on one check. Either I pay or you pay. We're not doubling anything down the middle. We're out on a date together.
I guess it's more of the principle. I guess if the guy ends up paying
Yeah.
afterwards, it would be a thing where it's like maybe somebody would be like, "Oh wow, you suggested it. Like you were supposed to pay." Like some people really. And my thing is, I kind of subscribe to the idea a little bit where I mean, I may suggest it. If I suggest it, I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
Not because I feel like he's not going to pay.
Absolutely.
He may still pay, but it's kind of I just think it's a good gesture. And a good, like, a sign of good faith of just being like, okay, you know what? I wanted to go out this thing. I'm not asking you to come with me so you could pay for me.
If it's like going to like a concert, getting tickets, like I don't mind buying you know what I'm saying? Or like if you want to go to a
Tickets are
concert,
high.
for example,
tickets are
for
high.
example,
like, at this
like,
point, I can pay
you're
for my
into-
ticket. You can pay for your ticket.
No. But if you're into something that someone else is not with, and they like you want them to come with you, you want them to accompany you, like you're gonna pay for their.
Oh, low-key, like if it's a festival
like,
or something.
You know what I'm saying?
what's
Like, why
crazy?
would they don't really want to come?
I've always thought it was weird whenever men suggest like for you not to drive or something like that, and then they don't end up paying for the Uber. Have y'all had that?
Never.
What do you mean suggest for you not to drive?
Like,
Hey,
don't drive to me, Uber here.
yeah, like Uber here.
It's giving you want me to not have a vehicle so I can't leave
so I
when
can't
I want
run
to.
away.
Yeah, but
And I
it's
don't like
like,
that.
but then
No,
you don't.
send the Uber. Why am I calling an Uber?
Exactly.
And let me tell you
you
something.
gotta say send
Look,
it.
y'all. Okay, don't drive. Waiting at my place, like, are you setting the Uber?
Well, actually, I don't think I've ever
No.
been in that situation.
Me
to be honest.
either.
So I'm not
I have.
fully understanding.
No.
Does he do you mean like for the date, or do you mean like for like y'all are meeting up somewhere? Like, are you?
Like they don't want you to drive.
Are you Ubering to him so y'all can ride together? Is that a situation?
Yeah.
Okay. I still don't understand. I think even if you told me that,
I think it's your responsibility. Like,
Because I feel like if you're
for
not
you
gonna
telling
pick
me
me
not
up,
to drive, then it's on you to make sure I get where I
Yeah.
need to go.
Unless we plan to be drinking or
Yeah.
And I think that's really what. Okay, so my situation, that's what it was. It was like we already knew we were gonna be drinking that night.
So did they
and-
Uber too?
No, he
So-
drove.
It might just be also like. Sometimes it might just slip his mind. Sometimes maybe he had in his mind like, okay, I'm gonna ask her how much the Uber was, and it just never came around. But you don't want to bring it up now.
I know
'cause
you can't bring that up.
You gotta just eat it.
Don't want to look your.
I mean, that-
Begging.
But that's just learning lesson going forward.
Yeah.
Here's my address. Let me know when you call it.
Really?
Yes,
I mean,
Jori.
because now you don't want to
know-
bring it up. So
yeah.
now you know if this happens again. Here's my address. Let me know when I need to go outside.
And you know, it's like, cause when I like talk to like my older cousins, like when I talk about like different things that guys do, she's like, y'all think about like younger, y'all are just not direct. Like just be direct. The worst thing they could say is no.
Mhm.
Because I had
Like,
a similar situation. Damn, how can I say this without saying?
just say it.
No, and it pretty much was like I was like, damn, how you expect me to get there? You know, like you thought that was gonna be on me. I'm not coming. I'm not coming. Like you just assumed that I was gonna use
Did
my.
you have
own.
that attitude when you said it?
When I was.
And
on the
if
phone.
you did, it's okay.
No, I was just
Yeah.
asking. It's a question.
I mean, I brought it up. I
Dang.
asked, and I was like, "How do you expect me to get there?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know." Yeah, well, you need to think. Think about it,
Yeah, these men like
because you assuming I
sometimes
just I'm gonna.
they haven't planned the whole thing out. You know.
No. Nope.
Dang.
I gotta ask. And that's
And what
I
if they
did.
say no? How do you handle that? What would be your response? You're like, okay, so let me know when you're here. Here's my address. Here's my address, and I'll see you.
that doesn't apply for my situation, so I can't answer.
No, how
that.
would you answer that though?
if I said that to somebody?
No, if he said that back to you, like, question mark.
Oh, when I said, "Here's my address, let me know
see
you're
you
on the way."
soon.
And I'm gonna be like, if you suggested I Uber, so call me a Uber. And if you don't want to call it, then let me make that decision if I want to call it myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'll drive. It's not by force. I mean, I don't drive anywhere at night. I Uber everywhere. So it is what it is.
Interesting. So I've been seeing a lot of things on like Instagram, different like, I don't know if they're podcasts, but like people, like group of men talking about like their experiences in relationships, how like sometimes they'll be in a vulnerable situation with a woman and like they'll open up. And as soon as they open up, it's like a switch goes off. And like a woman just starts looking down on them like, what the hell? Why are you crying? Like, why are you this and that? Like, why are you this and that? You weak. But so how do y'all feel about that when a man is vulnerable with you? Like they open up and actually get deep with you. How do you treat that situation? And they start crying too.
Like tears?
You know, it's so crazy. I think we can sometimes be a little hard on men.
Absolutely. We feel like they're not humans. I want him to cry.
It's not even that I want you to cry, but I think we just expect for men to just be like this hard, like persona forever. And like they go through the exact same things that we go through like on a daily basis, like work stresses from life, everything. And I think that it's important to allow men to have that space to open up. It's so crazy because I was talking to somebody even just recently and I asked them like, are you happy? And they immediately like we're on the defense. Like, well, why are you asking that? Like, what made you ask that? And I'm literally like that's just me asking like how are you mentally? Like, are you happy? Like, you know, like what's going on? And then whenever I finally had to explain that, then they were like, oh dang, you know, it's so crazy. Like, because I asked them like, why did you get so defensive? And they were like, I guess I just never really had anyone ask me that. And it's crazy to me that people don't do that. And I think that we should like just make that more of a normalized thing. Like,
because I get what you mean by like a man getting defensive too. Because that's why I really like with men, I don't really like unless it comes up. I won't ask like a very deep question because like with some men, they don't know how to be vulnerable. They can't handle that. You know what I mean? And so I do agree with you that us as women and people, we do need to create a safe space for men as well. Like just how we want them to give us that safe space, we also need to return that as well. Because I feel like I agree with you. I do think that we are hard on men at times. I do. I feel like we think that they can't feel. And that's why that's why some men will handle women the way they do because they've never been in that space of being vulnerable and knowing how to deal and handle it. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends. I'm not gonna lie. It really depends on like
if they're crying.
No, it just depends on like how like. And I am a very empathetic person, but like I guess it depends on the nature of like the friendship. Because like if you're just like trauma dumping, and I don't really know you that well, it can be like a bit overwhelming. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's like so much as just like it may just be a surprise. Like if I'm just asking like, oh, how are you doing? And it's like, oh, this, and it's like, whoa, sir, I met you yesterday. Like, like where is this coming from? You know? So I mean, I'm sure I'll be caught off guard, but I've never really been in that situation. So it's like I really don't know. I think the most close I've been in that situation is like, you know how like you like a guy, you like him a lot, and then all of a sudden he starts like he's all about you, and you're like, well, okay, now that you like have all your attention on me, it's like all of a sudden it's like the like is leaving my body, and I don't know what's happening.
That happens a lot.
So it's like in that situation, I can see how it was just like what, like as soon as I can see how that could be confusing, but.
No, I agree. In that situation, it becomes the ick. But I think I like these. I'd be too much of a comfortable space. Niggas love coming to me with their problems. Like honestly, and I had to realize like, no. Like I don't mind it, but I feel like because I've just experienced that, like people are comfortable explaining it, what they're going through, and that's fine. But at the same time, it's kind of just like I be making y'all a little too comfortable because. Now I'm like your therapist, and it's like I just want to be your girlfriend. Like I don't know. Like I mean, I don't know.
Or like you come to me with a problem, and it's like I could tell you want me to solve it. It's like
like because it becomes a point where it's kind of just like you want me to tell you what to do, and I can't do that. But, like I can aid advice, but you looking for me to solve something for you, I don't have it in me.
But and just how you know they're asking for money.
No, that's what I'm saying. They come to you all of a sudden. It's like life just whipping their ass, and it's like, sir, all I can offer you is words of affirmation and words of advice.
Nah, man.
You can tell.
Lay on rent,
you can tell when someone's about to ask you for money.
For sure.
The
and I can't even believe
approach you. It's like,
and it made me wonder when that happened to me. I was like, damn, like, do I give like sugar mama vibes? Like, why are you asking me for for money.
Y'all,
I've
and, like-
never been that girl. Why do you feel comfortable to ask me for money?
Yeah.
Because I've never felt like I needed, not that I needed it, but I would have never felt my mind comfortable enough to ask that nigga for money. So why are you asking me for money?
It's always funny because it's like me. I'm a talker. I literally can be someone's therapist. And like, it's cool. But the moment that, like, because one thing about me, I smell you asking for something a mile away. My tone switches. I start becoming real short. They're like, because I can tell you about to ask for something, and I don't want to tell you. I hate to see a man get rejected.
But
in
that's
my
the
face,
thing.
So.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that. I have to go.
Oh,
It's been, hopefully you figure it out. We'll circle back in a week.
Yeah, because
Yeah, like,
really
it's
awkward.
I
That's a
remember
really
like when I
awkward
was like, oh,
situation.
this thing's going. I'm like, why are you telling me? Like, what can I do for you? Do you think I'm about to? What do you think I'm about to do? Supply you with funds? Mm-mm. I can only supply you with advice and how to handle the situation. But other than that, money. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And I think guys, please have some couth. Like, stop. Like, learn how to ask.
And in reality, too, when you think about it, I feel like creating a safe space also, like, when I say, like, to me, I feel like people take advantages. I feel like people come to me because they know I'm going to give them. It's like they're zapping me in my energy.
Yeah.
Like, I get off the phone with you and I feel depleted and I'm just like, bro, like, I spent so much time listening to you and your fucking problem. And not that I don't mind, but it's like, damn, I'm starting to realize a pattern here. Like, when you need to pick me up, you come to me, and I cannot be there for you every single time. I got my own shit going on.
Energy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I can't.
You hit that. I remember it was a while ago. I remember I was dating somebody, and he said something that was like interesting. Like, he was like, you know what? Like, I was having like a really like a bad day or whatever. I can't sleep, so like he's like, I invited you over because I just know like you have really good energy, and I just know that I'll be able to calm down with you around. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is such a compliment, low-key. So I told my cousin, and she was like, that gives succubus. Like, she said, you know what he's doing? Like, he's draining you of your energy. She's like, you're gonna have nothing left if you keep dealing with him. And I was like, what? And I actually started thinking about it. And the more I started dealing with him, I was like, no, I realized that like you really are draining my energy. Because imagine like usually when you go around somebody like that who's not feeling like 100%, the same way that they're sucking up your good energy, you're sucking up their bad energy. So an energy exchange is like happening, and the more it keeps on happening, like you're gonna leave depleted. So after a while, I had to realize like, no, if knowing that like I have like this good energy, I have to protect that. So I was like, I can't be the person you call every time you need to fucking
pick me up.
Yeah, pick me up. Like, hell no, do drugs, do something else.
Yeah,
not me.
Not drugs. Okay.
Like,
sorry, because that's happened to me before, and I was just like, dang, like I'm literally upping you in these messages and trying to make you feel good about yourself. Like, damn, now I'm like, oh, this is a lot. Like, can you please get validated somewhere else?
And it's hard when you have to up somebody and they don't even ask you what you have going on.
That's the thing. Afterwards,
I was just about to say that.
You're over here trying to up them, and you might be having the worst day ever.
And I could be having a bad day because you right now, and then you trying to trauma dump on me, and I'm trying to make you feel better, and I'm already pissed off about some other shit you did to me. Now I'm even double whammy.
I remember it was like I was having the worst day ever. And a friend came was telling me all this stuff, laying all this stuff on me.
Oh, you said a friend.
A friend. Okay. What do you think I said?
I don't know.
Okay. What? Oh, a nigga came and laid it up on me, y'all. Okay, so she was telling me all these things, and like, y'all, when I tell you, I felt like I was like, I don't even know. I felt drained. Even in my advice, I'm just like, how do I even have the courage to advise you right now? But I'm doing it. And like, never did that person ever be like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, it's so crazy. Like, if you would have seen like my body language, you would have known like, dang, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, cause like with me, like if everyone knows me, like I'm very bubbly, I'm out loud, but like when I get quiet, that means I'm in my mind, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate people that acknowledge that and notice that. But the people that don't, I'm just like, when I see your call come through, I'ma chill because I know what's about to happen. And I think that everyone should like consider people before you're about to dump on someone, or like even if you're about to ask for something, or if you need advice, like always ask that person how they're doing. Like it can't always be about you, you know, like just how you're taking from them, also give them something as well. So that's my thing. So
I feel like also in that same realm as well, I feel like sometimes like with friends, like let's say you're going through something or whatever, and they're like, hey, like, what's good? Like, how are you? And I had to realize, like, girl, if you don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. Like, if someone asked me about a situation we previously talked about, like, what's going on with that? I don't want to talk about it. Because I realized that that's my friend and they care and I want to talk about it. But I realized after explaining the bullshit I'm already going through with somebody to you again, now I'm even more overwhelmed about it. So I had to just start saying, like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm not over it, but I don't want to rehash it out with you. And I had to get okay with doing that because I was like, damn, I'm always feeling depleted. I'm trying to keep you up and I'm stressed about my own shit. Like, we can't talk about this right now. I'm sorry, we can't.
And like, too, also, like, I've even started practicing, like, if you feel like, for example, you call a friend for advice, asking like, hey, are you comfortable with giving me some advice or not? Just giving that person a heads up, like, you about to really like something, you about to tell them something that's gonna be heavy, and you need to know if they're able to carry it with you. You know what I mean?
Crazy you say that, because that's like the standard with me and my older sister. Like, when my sister knows, I call her, I'd be like, hey, you have time to talk?
No.
And then she already knows. She'll be like, she'll either tell me like, hey, no, like right now I'm busy with work, I'm gonna give you a call back, or she'll be like, yeah, girl, what's up? And then she already knows I'm about to come to her for some advice, So I do that a lot, actually, but it's just mostly with her.
Yeah, it's definitely like ideal to do a temperature check, but also not every time. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, we're not monsters, so I understand there's sometimes where you call somebody and it's like immediately what's wrong, like, don't feel bad, tell me what's going on, all the other stuff. And there are some friends who you understand, like, this is not every day.
Yeah.
We're mainly talking to the people who is like, you realize, like, dang, like, I have become free therapy for you. I feel like you've just gotten so comfortable, like, unloading on me, that our friendships now just become a thing where it's like you come to me when you need somebody to pick you up. And then it's like, damn, you don't even tell me when shit's going good in your life. Like, can I hear the good stuff too?
And like and that honestly, like, that kind of bothers me sometimes, because like, dang, like, I want to hear a follow-up. Like, did you take my advice? Like, how are things going for you? Like, where are you at mentally? Like, some people will just sit there, unload, see you in 6 months.
Oh, that's my pet peeve. Like,
somebody give you, like, dang.
They give you bad news and they come along to a part 2 to the bad news, and you was like, you didn't even tell me what happened with the last time. It's like, and now I'm just like, I didn't realize, it's so many new developments, and now it's just like, now I'm uninterested because I realized, like, I'm not the friend you tell stuff. I'm just the friend that you come to when you don't want to tell your other friends the bad stuff. I'm just the friends you dump that on, and then you go to your other friends for the good news. I can't be that person for you. Or I could charge $45 an hour, and we could set up a customer-client relationship.
I always tell people that. I tell people that too, like, if you're gonna, like, one thing about me too, if I'm gonna say something, like, you know what, let me just say this, because I need to get proper advice, because I don't want to leave people in the dark on stuff, because sometimes a lot of people do that and you give wrong advice. You don't know that you're advising it correctly.
The thing is,
there's something going on that you don't know, that you need to advise on that too. So
I'm not in the place to advise. I can only tell you what I would do, and I cannot tell you, confirm or deny if that's accurate or not.
That's one thing my mom always said, don't be counseling your friends.
That's one thing I'm gonna ask. I'm like, hey, are you just calling an event, or are you calling for advice? If you want an event, we can have event sessions. But if you want advice, I have to really be careful.
No,
make sure I'm saying the right shit.
I'm not gonna lie, because I remember I had a situation where I followed somebody's advice on some shit, and I ended up being mad at her in the end. Like, bitch, why did I listen to you? And that was a learning lesson to me to do what I want to do. And, people can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but I low-key started to, like, not resent this person, but I was like, damn, like, I really listened to you on this situation, and I should have handled this completely different, and now it's too late.
It makes you understand, like, with advice, like, you don't have to take everything. Advice is advice. Okay, pick and choose what you want to apply this advice to. Because that happened to me as well, and I was very upset with this friend. I was just like, you had me looking like a monster. Not even.
But I will say to that though, like, the advice that I got didn't come with ill intention. Like, they were really looking out for like my best interest, and they really were like, okay, you need to do this so this can happen for you. But I'm like, I wish I would have got there on my own terms. Like, I jumped some steps that I wouldn't have taken. Like, I should have just did what I wanted to do, and I maybe could have got around to what she wanted me to do. But
because like something, I mean, sometimes people are like, do this, do that, all this like hot shit. And you're like, this is like extreme for me though. Like, we need to do something that's kind of in line with my character. Like, I can't go cold. That's not me. Well, and that's going to look like someone told you to do this, and look, now you're going to learn.
But advice is always easier to give than it is to take.
Because you take, you're like,
because some people, they give advice and then it's like, okay, but you don't take this advice.
I know, right?
You don't even live this advice. So why would you tell me to do this?
Right. The blind leading the blind.
Honestly. It's like, did you do that? You're telling me to say this. Do you say that?
Or do we just sound good? Like,
I remember one of my friends like,
sounds
girl, you need to call him a bitch. I'm like, do you call men bitches? Like,
I would never.
That's not even in my vocabulary when I talk to men. What?
No, I call men kings.
Okay, pick me.
All right, y'all. So
I ain't never called a man a king ever.
Oh, chill.
Well, my brother's name is Kingsley, so
I mean that makes sense, but for me, no.
Yeah, I feel you, Jori. I haven't had my king yet to call him a king, so this coming.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing. If you want to see us in 4K, like, go to our YouTube,
Baddies.
like the video, make sure you subscribe. And then also, if you have a business or anything that you want to advertise with us, we are open for that. So feel free to email us or to DM us anyway, and we can talk about those opportunities. It is your girl, Just Nick, signing out.
And it's your girl, Macolette, y'all. I had just a quick message. I came across something I just want to share with y'all. Sometimes your worst enemy is your own memory. Quit reliving that situation. Stop relitigating what you could have done differently. Quit living your life through the rearview mirror and turning yourself into a pillar of salt. Forgive yourself and that person and let that shit go. And honestly, that was a message I needed last week, and I'm just trying to pass that on to y'all. So it's your girl, Macolette, signing out. Holla.
Bye, guys. It's Jori Aaliyah.
Bye, y'all. It's your girl, Shell. Holla.